Tuck line on Metro News from the Encova Insurance Studios. They're creepy, kooky, and altogether spooky. They're Halloween scratch-offs from the West Virginia Lottery. Spin up some winnings with the $1 web winners and $2 monster cash for your chance to win some creepy, cool cash. So go trick or treat at your favorite West Virginia Lottery retailer today. Text 304-TALK 304. Hoppy, thank you for bringing up the intelligence on the Iraq War, Iraq War II. I appreciate you noting that. I felt the same way. If Pal's behind it, then it must be true, but it wasn't. Good balance, Hoppy. Thank you. I was not, one of the great regrets I have is that I was not more of a critical thinker in the lead up to Gulf War II. And I was too much of a chicken hawk heading up to Gulf War II. And I remember distinctly watching Colin Powell's testimony before the UN and thinking, that's what you got? That doesn't seem like enough. But it is Colin Powell, and if Powell is saying it, then so that was my feeling at that time. I remember very clearly. And then later reading about the behind-the-scenes account where Powell didn't think they had it either, but he was being the good soldier and presenting the case, and they knew he was the most credible person to do it. But later in life, he reflected on that as a mistake, a great regret he had in his life. Text 304-TALK 304. Hoppy, great show today. Time really flew by. Yes, it did. We had a lot today, a lot going on.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600, WKKX, Wheeling.
Outside over the Highlands, it looks like a painting out there. It's absolutely beautiful, but as you step out the door, it might be a little chilly for some people. The man to tell us all about that is Aaron Myler. He joins us right now to tell us a little bit more about our Monday. Hey there, Aaron.
Thanks, Stephen. Yeah, it's overall going to be a gorgeous day, just a little bit colder when you step outside. On the saddle area behind me here, you can see there's really no clouds in the area. And if we look at temperatures as well across the region, it's going to be a little bit cooler. 58 degrees right now today, so it's getting there slowly but surely, but we're still a little bit cooler. Now with that, the winds out of the west at about 14 miles an hour are going to make it feel a little bit cooler at times, but it's just breezy. So grab a good hefty jacket before you head outside because it is going to be breezy, but it's also going to be cool for your day today. Now we're going to continue to warm up here just a little bit more, getting up to about 62. We might beat that as we get throughout the day for some of us. Otherwise, for the next couple of days here, going to get into the upper 60s before dropping back down into the upper 50s. So we're going to go from above average temperatures for the next couple days, then dropping to below average temperatures after that. So we're going to kind of just flip-flop a little bit on there, but we're going to have some sunshine and some rain in your forecast. I'll break that down in just a minute, but first, let's get some more news with Stephen.
All right, thank you, Aaron. A portion of Route 88 in Marshall County is reopened now after one lane was shut down for hours this morning. Authorities say a sandbox truck flipped over between Sherrard and Limestone. The driver was not injured. The entire roadway, though, was closed when the truck was removed. Both lanes are now open again. New details this afternoon. Ohio County COVID cases continue to trend downward. Over the past week, health officials only reported a little over 100 new cases. 20 of those are under the age of 18. The health department will be holding walk-ins every day this week from 9 to 4 at their Highlands Community Clinic. They're offering all 3 COVID vaccines as well as boosters to those who are eligible. Another story we're following closely for you. The fate of more than a dozen missionaries in Haiti remains unknown this afternoon. According to reports, a gang kidnapped the group after visiting an orphanage. The missionaries are from Ohio's Christian Aid Ministries. Among them are 16 Americans, including 5 children. The U.S. State Department says the agency is aware of reports, but is not offering any additional details. It's taken years to get here, but thousands of people in the Mountain State have just been given the green light to roll a joint for medical use. 7 News anchor Stephanie Grinley joins us live after speaking with the DHHR. Now, Stephanie, is it true there's still some time to get a card?
Well, yes, Stephen. Since the spring, the DHHR has seen 4,000 people sign up online, and around 3,000 applications have already been approved. but they think some people are slipping through the cracks for medical cannabis, so they're bringing doctors to you at in-person sites. Now, West Virginia's Office of Medical Cannabis is hosting in-person sign-up events, helping folks who are having difficulty signing up online. You must be a West Virginia resident to sign up, so if you head to a location, you'll need proof of residency, $50 for an application fee, and since we're not talking about recreational use, you do have to have visited a registered West Virginian physician. The DHHR tells me 99.9% of those who submit applications do get approved. Now, this is the first time ever that West Virginia has hosted an application like this. Medical use marijuana was approved in 2017 to the relief of some people in our state, and finally getting a card really makes it real.
The legislature passed the Medical Cannabis Act to provide another treatment option for patients in the state. Perhaps it helps alleviate nausea for a cancer patient, or helps with appetite in that same scenario. So it's just another tool in the toolbox that physicians can use to help their patients.
They have also been providing in-person and telehealth at the sign-up, so it's not too late to get registered if you don't have a physician's note. Now, you can see the sign-up locations on our area on your screen tomorrow and Wednesday. You can see that on your screen right now. And the medical cards are good for 1 year, but it's key to note that dispensaries are still not open in the Mountain State. However, the DHHR says they're set to open for business in the next couple of months. So this will be West Virginia's first green Christmas of this kind. Live in the 7 Newsroom, I'm Stephanie Grinley, working for you.
All right, Steph, thanks. Ohio's school report cards are officially in. The main takeaway is the negative impact of COVID-19 on student performance. The majority of districts have lower index marks for the past school year. The report cards do not list overall grades or rankings, but show a decline in performance among schools with more remote learners. Officials say the pandemic hasn't impacted everyone quite the same.
What we've seen has been like nothing that we've seen in our lifetime. Right. And in the education system is like nothing that we've seen. And again, not surprised at some of the data that we're seeing.
Just 8 of the state's 607 school districts improved performance scores. Let's take a look across the Mountain State now. A national park is warning visitors to stop throwing rocks down cliffs. Officials at New River Gorge says a rock climber reported multiple people doing so above climbing areas. The park says the climber saw one rock fall a couple feet from someone who was on the cliffs and that it could have been fatal. In Ohio, 2 teens were sentenced just last year after pushing a log off a cliff that struck and killed a woman. Listen to this. Wheeling Health Right is just one of 20 nonprofits in the entire state to get funding from the Charitable Fund for Health. They received $50,000 that will be used to expand their dental services. Executive Director Kathy Brown says the expansion will allow them to provide care to 1,000 people by the end of next year. Now, we have some sad news to report from across the nation. Former Secretary of State Colin Powell has died from COVID-19 complications. In an announcement, the family said Powell had been fully vaccinated. Powell was the first African American to serve as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and Secretary of State. He was 84 years old.
To replace your old decaying roof, call the experts at Amish Country Roofing.
Live and local talk is just around the corner. Stay right here on The Watchdog.
I'm Josh from Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration. I hope you are staying healthy. We continue to respond to structural, fire, and water emergencies. We are combating COVID-19 with our highly trained staff and latest disinfection systems, providing preventative and reactive disinfection to facilities around the region, while working with area hospitals on isolation areas and air filtering. At Panhandle, we continue to follow social distancing and hygiene protocols. We are dedicated to our community, and together we will get through this.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Hello, everyone, from the Watchdog. I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster, with a look at your local weather forecast for your start to the work week. Plenty of sunshine as we go out the door, a daytime high near 64. As we look through the overnight, clear and cool with a low near 40. Mostly sunny skies for your Tuesday with highs in the upper 60s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Now it's time for Bill DeFabio on AM 1600 WKKX, The Watchdog.
People moving out, people moving in. Why? Because of the color of their skin. Run, 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 but you sure can't hide. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Vote for me and I'll set you free. Rap on, brother, rap on. Well, the only person talking about love, now, brother, is the preacher. And it seems nobody's interested in learning but the teacher. Segregation, determination, demonstration, integration, aggravation, humiliation, obligation to my nation. Yeah. That's what the world is today. Hey. The sale of pills are at an all-time high. Your folks walking around
All-time high. Yeah, I do this show sometimes. Sometimes I feel like an all-time high. How you doing today, huh? Here it is, October 18th. We'll soon be talking about parties and stuff, doo-wops. Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting ending to the month of October. High school football, it's the last week for the OVAC regular season, and a couple of weeks away, we'll be talking about playoffs. Playoffs, okay? We will have the 2021 current football standings. I'm Bill DeFabio. Behind this mic, behind the glass, Lola Miller is back. And how was your week in the mornings, Lola?
It was fun. I enjoyed myself.
Well, I enjoyed myself while you were gone.
Good.
How's that? Yeah.
I'm glad. I mean, you know.
Wade brought food in every day for me. I gained 12 pounds in 1 week. He brought food in today. Wade, no more food. I know you're a nice guy. I'm trying to lose weight. Okay. Oh, boy, what a weekend. Pretty good weekend. And should be a good week this week on the airwaves. A lot of things happening. And I don't know where to start. Let's start with that game yesterday. What a strange game. Man, was it strange. How strange was it? The Steelers should have crushed Seattle. Seattle's got like all kind of starters out. Overtime, 23-20. When the Seahawks left Heinz Field, well, I was done with my job. I got home about 3:30. Hungry? Oh, stopped at the Waffle House, and I unloaded. They had like a breakfast special, eggs, waffles, sausage, and about 5 cups of coffee. I really haven't gone to sleep, and I feel like $1 million. I'm lying. T.J. Watt, unbelievable. He came up with a big-time play. He knocked the ball out of the hands of a former West Virginia quarterback, Geno Smith. Yeah, it was a big, big play by a guy who gets paid big, big bucks to make the big, big play, T.J. Watt.
Was involved in the rush, and I don't even think I had a good rush or anything. I was just trying to find a pass as a quarterback, and luckily I was able to and chop at the ball, and the ball came out.
Yeah, a fumble recovered by Devin Bush. The rest is history. You knew when they bring in Chris Boswell, he's good. I mean, he just previously kicked a 52-yarder, okay? It was a game that I thought would be a blowout by halftime, so most of the fans would go home. Wrong. After the game, Tomlin, the coach, didn't like some of the decisions made by the referees at the end of the game, so as far as time clock is concerned, but he liked the way his team overcame some adversity against an injury-plagued Seahawks team.
Boy, man, it's good to win a game like that, to get to know yourselves individually and collectively when faced with dire circumstances at times and seemingly when it's not going your way.
Meanwhile, over in the losers' locker room, Seattle head coach Pete Carroll had these comments on losing a tough game to the Steelers.
To see our club to come back like we did in so many aspects of our game and play like that, to give us a chance to get ahead and have a chance to win the football game, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was beautiful if you're a Steeler fan. Meanwhile, how about Baltimore? The Chargers played the Ravens. You know, the Chargers have a great offense. Didn't show up in Baltimore. 34-6. The Ravens improved to 5-1. Let's hear from one of the coaches I really like in the NFL, not named Tomlin, and that's John Harbaugh.
We knew it was going to be a four-down game, and we felt like if we could put him in a situation where it was a little bit tougher on fourth down than a 4th and 1, then we'd have a chance to get a stop. And if we got a stop, that would count as a turnover.
Okay, Cleveland Browns fans, we got the bad news for you. Lots of bad news. Crushed by the Arizona Cardinals, 37-14. Arizona, by the way, 6-0. Baker Mayfield did not play very well. He played with an injured shoulder.
It dislocated again and then slipped out again on a non-contact play, so just got to figure out a way to get better.
And the Browns lose about 4 starters, a couple of offensive linemen. Baker's not well. They're in trouble. And they got to hurry up and heal because guess what? Today's an off day in Cleveland for the players. They got Tuesday and Wednesday to prepare for a Thursday night game. Yeah. And then, they get some time off. Then they host the Steelers. Ugh. Good news does not come out of Cleveland this morning. With that extra couple days off, they should be healed. Some of those guys should be healed, especially the offensive linemen. They got to protect Baker. He just did not have a good day. Bad shoulder or not, whatever. That's his left shoulder, by the way. So he even admitted, he's got to get better. But we take it for granted the Browns are going to get off to a great start. Some people said maybe 5-1. Guess what? They're like the Steelers, 3-3. Buffalo at Tennessee tonight. My opinion, I think Buffalo is the best team in the AFC. I don't think anybody will argue with me about the NFC. Arizona, 6-0. Wow. Baseball in Atlanta, another walk-off win. That's 2 wins in a row via the walk-off. They beat the Dodgers 4-2, lead that best-of-7 series 2-0. Now games 3, 4, and 5, if there's a 5th game, will be played in Los Angeles. Let's go back in the DeFabio time machine. This happened a year ago. Atlanta got off to a great start, 2-0. We know who won that series and went to the World Series. The Boston Red Sox tonight will play the Houston Astros at friendly Fenway Park, very friendly for home run hitters. I expect a high-scoring game. A lot of these pitchers in both bullpens are tired because, in the American League, you don't usually start your starter and make him last more than a couple of innings because you go to your bullpen. Houston's bullpen, they're about dead. Boston's bullpen, they're almost dead. So it should be very interesting. I think it's going to go 6 with the Red Sox winning. Red Sox in Atlanta in the World Series, that's okay. Red Sox and the Dodgers, that's okay. Houston in the World Series, that's not okay, but that's all right. I'm enjoying the postseason in baseball. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back. Today is happy birthday to one of my favorite singers. Got to see him a couple of times, Chuck Berry, born on this date in 1926. And his hits, he had so many. And the hits just keep on coming right here on the Variety Show on your station for just about everything in the Ohio Valley, the Watchdog.
Hi, Toppy Kirchville. Join me weekdays at 10 o'clock for Talk Line. We'll talk about the big stories affecting us in West Virginia, top political figures, sports personalities, sometimes just plain folks offering their opinions on what's happening today. 10 till noon, right after the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection. Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim.
Friday nights in the fall are reserved for high school football, and the 20-year tradition continues on Metro News. In Summit Community Bank High School Game Night with Fred Persinger and Dave Jecklin.
Celebrating 20 years of bringing you up-to-the-minute scores, conference standings, player and coach interviews, and more.
Tune in all season long to follow your favorite school. Friday nights from 9:30 to midnight. Summit Community Bank High School Game Night on this Metro News station.
Introducing our new redesigned 7 News app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content, and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tap, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video. To get the new WTRF 7 News app, just update the latest version or download the WTRF 7 News app in your Apple or Google Play Store by searching WTRF.
Are you traveling? Working a little bit too much? Is your fur baby starting to get a little shaggy? Let Dirty Paws be your one-stop shop for all of your pet care needs. Stop in and see us at 202 18th Street or give us a call at 304-639-7754 to schedule your appointments for dog grooming, doggy daycare, and dog boarding today.
Deep down in Louisiana, close to New Orleans, way back up in the woods among the evergreens, there stood a log cabin made of earth and wood, where lived a country boy named Johnny B. Good, who never ever learned to read or write so well, but he could play a guitar just like a ringing a bell. Go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, go.
Well, I guess you could say this is good news out of the Seattle Seahawks. They recently put out on Twitter that Darrell Taylor looks like he's going to be okay. Tests were negative, CT and everything, scans were clear. He has use of all of his extremities, so that's good. I was the guy, along with a couple of Washington, Allegheny County sheriffs that escorted the ambulance from the EMS team out to the parking lot and through the gates with a police escort to Allegheny Hospital. And he didn't seem to move at all. And there were some gloomy faces with that EMS team. And, it was very sad. In case you missed it, he got hurt. Looked like his neck snapped. And it was sad for about 22 minutes seeing both teams gathering around, him, and all of our thoughts are with him. It was one of the scariest things I've ever seen. Very scary. Lola, did you watch the Hall of Fame ceremonies last night?
No, I did not. I did not. I didn't know what Hall of Fame.
The Steelers Hall of Fame.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they were honored. And I was mad. I'm not allowed to get autographs or take pictures, or else I'm gone. I did save about 6 jobs last night because there was young'uns. They know better. They were on their cell phones. Basically right under the TV cameras. There are about 200 TV cameras in that place, Heinz Field. And I politely went up to them. I said, put your phones away or they're going to send you home. Actually, I'm the guy that could send them home. I don't want to do that. I think these guys were from Buffalo. We had to have some buses from Buffalo and also Harrisburg, because Landmark Event Center, whatever, they have all kind of venues around the country. So these guys should know better. If a supervisor was around, they'd be gone. And I didn't want to see young guys working for a couple of bucks be sent home. And, the NFL's watching too. Matter of fact, I think we got audited last night. They send in a couple of people. You don't know who they are, you know. They might just be average Joes, and they got press passes. They're there to check us out. So far, in 7 years, I haven't been, well, there's been no letters or anything written. Never called in the supervisor's office. But anyhow, coming out of the tunnel, Bill Cowher, Troy Polamalu, and Alan Faneca, they walked right by me. They recognized me. And Cowher said, "What the hell are you doing?" I said, "I'm here to give you a bench arrest, okay? The city police will be escorting you out of here." "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm doing security, and I'm still a reporter." And they all laughed. And Troy said, "Why don't you take a picture with us?" And he handed me his cell phone and said, "I'm not allowed." "What?" "Not allowed." I would have liked to have a picture of all three, but that's okay. I have great memories. And that halftime show, boy, it lasted long, but, you know, and it was a first in history of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We had 5 inductees going in on the same day. So, yeah, and then I got to see Mel Blount and Franco Harris. They all stopped by, and I really can't talk about them, but it was great to see these guys. And I've just felt a little bit older when Joe Green tried to give me a hug. I kind of like, "Nah, I can't do that, Joe." And I watched Joe Green walk out of the tunnel, and he was hobbling. He's got some bad knees, a bad back. Remember, he played during years when if you were hurt and you still played. As Jack Lambert said, "Unless I have crutches or a wheelchair underneath my butt, I'm going to go out there and play football." Back to T.J. Watt. I've never seen, well, his brother was exciting. This guy gets crazy, man. Every tackle and everything. I mean, he jumps up in the air. It's one he doesn't fall down and break an ankle. He does the bow and arrow thing, and he flexes his muscles. He can do whatever he wants, because I think he's one of the best defensive players, not named the kid from L.A., I forgot, former Pitt kid. He's worth it. Somebody figured out he gets, what, $7,000 a snap? I don't know. He's worth every penny. And you know what? The Steelers feed off of him. Although that defense didn't look good yesterday at all. It's Seattle. Geno Smith, not a happy trooper as he was walking to his locker room. And, you know, there were a lot of players trying to say, "Hey, don't worry about it, whatever." He fumbled. I thought Geno would take him down the field and, you know, maybe they win on a field goal. Because it was, you know, winner take all after the first couple of plays for each team. And I don't like the overtime. 10 minutes, you don't score, it's a tie. I would just like to let them play like, you know, they used to do. Or it's a tie after regulation. You know, it was over a 4-hour ball game last night. 4 hours. Okay, West Virginia Mountaineer fans, you can get mad at me because you're not going to do anything about it. Pitt Panthers, 5-1. They play Clemson. I think that's on national TV. You know, I asked some of the people higher ups in the Heinz Field, could that be a game day? I guess there'll never be a game day in Heinz Field because game days are held on schools' campuses. Remember, Pitt doesn't play on their home campus anymore. But, you know, it'll be a network game, an ACC spotlight game. They play Clemson. They beat Clemson, they'll be 6-1. And I guarantee you they'll move up in the top 25. This morning, number 23 in the coaches poll and the media poll. And I've talked to a lot of pro scouts lately. They don't think that Kenny Pickett, who has over 20 touchdowns, will be a number 1 pick. Maybe a high number 2. All right, maybe. You know, he still's got a few more games to play. But the schedule looks pretty easy for Pitt. They got Clemson, not the same Clemson that we knew for the last 4 or 5 years when they were a playoff team. You know, they had trouble beating Syracuse at Syracuse, and Syracuse is not that good. Then they got Duke. Oh, they're awful. North Carolina, they're beatable. Miami, oh. I mean, it's right there. I think they'll pull a typical Pitt. When you expect them to win, they'll lose. But Kenny Pickett's the real deal. The Steelers like him. Could he be a Steeler next year? I don't know. He's got an arm. He's a really smart guy. Really smart guy. Matt Canada, the offensive coordinator, I spent some time with him a couple of weeks ago, and he says, we really like this kid. He's got a Danny Marino arm, which is a good plus. He knows the game. He studies game film over and over and over again. Number 1 pick? I don't think so. Now, there are some foolish Pitt Panther fans out there. Well, you know, he ought to be a candidate for the Heisman Trophy. Yeah, I wonder what those fans are smoking or drinking. I like the kid. I like Pitt's defense. I think they're going to lose one more and have a nice bowl game, and then get blown away. Later in the week, we'll hear from the voice of the Pittsburgh Panthers on the Panther Radio Network, Bill Hillgrove. We'll pick his brains out about Pickett, the great start for the Pitt Panthers. Remember who beat them? Western Michigan. Yeah. All right, that's about. Oh, shall I go over the top teams? Yeah, I'd better, because we got like 3 local teams. I count Penn State local. They're local to me. Here we go. Number 1, you know it's Georgia. Okay. Number 2, believe it or not, Cincinnati, Ohio. The Bearcats, finally. Last couple of years, I think they got shafted. You know, not going to a good football bowl, so to speak. Georgia, number 1. Cincinnati, number 2. Oklahoma, number 3. Alabama, you knew they were going to back in the top 5. They're number 4. The Buckeyes of Ohio State, number 5. And the Pitt Panthers at number 23. Okay. NLCS, Atlanta 4, LA 2. The Braves lead that best of 7. 2 games to none. Games 3, 4, and 5 will be played in LA. Game 5, if they don't win any games. Remember, last year the Braves had this same scenario. They had a 2-0 lead and lost to the Dodgers. The Dodgers went on to win the World Series against Tampa Bay. And tonight, it is game number 2 of the ALCS. The Boston Red Sox tied with Houston in this best of 7, 1 game apiece. This is game number 3. The Red Sox will have friendly Fenway, been very friendly to the Red Sox hitters lately. I mean, they've just been bombing the hell out of the game. The other day they had 2 grand slams in 1 game. That was history. So that's game 3 tonight. And both teams are hurting as far as I think they both overuse their bullpen. In the National League, teams try and get at least 5 or 6 or 7 innings out of their starters. In the American League, if your starter is bad after 2 innings, they pull the plug and use the bullpen. But that's the way it is. Okay? All right. We got about another minute. Tonight it's the Buckeye Roundtable, 6 o'clock on WVLY. The Buckeyes on Saturday will visit the Indiana Hoosiers. Okay, pregame 6 p.m., 7:30, on WVLY. What's on WKKX, you ask? West Virginia, on the road again in the state of Texas. They will visit TCU. Boy, I thought they needed a win last week. They really need a win this week, but TCU's a pretty tough football team at home. All right, that's about it. As far as our high school games on Friday, Beaver Local at Wheeling Central on WKKX, Morgantown at John Marshall at 7 o'clock on WVLY, followed by the 5th quarter scoreboard. Okay, bottom of the hour, it's time that we take a break. We are the Watchdog on a beautiful day in the neighborhood, October 18th.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Kelly Hudasek. The U.S. Senate is scheduled to vote on the Freedom to Vote Act this week. The bill would improve voter access, including automatic voter registration. But U.S. Senator Shelley Moore Capito says the federal government should not have this much authority on elections.
This is federalizing our elections, federalizing our election regulations and how we conduct them.
U.S. Senator Joe Manchin says he supports the plan. West Virginia researchers say coal waste piles might be a bright spot in the state's economic future. Dr. John Deskins of WVU's Bureau of Business and Economic Research says the state has mountains with rare earth elements.
Rare earths are right here in West Virginia in our coal waste. These piles and ponds of coal waste that we have been producing for over 100 years have rare earths in them.
Deskins says rare earth elements are in every electronic item we have, phones, computers, and TVs. He says the largest percentage of those materials are produced and processed in China. West Virginia's small businesses need all the help they can get as the nation continues to grapple with a supply chain issue. That's the word from National Federation of Independent Businesses State Director Gil White, who says the backlog at the ports was unexpected.
I don't think anyone ever forecasted that we would be struggling trying to get inventory into our stores as well as employees to work in our stores.
Much of the problem is a result of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. This year's Girl Scouts Gold Award is now in the hands of Charleston Girl Scout Zoe Dorst. Girl Scouts of Black Diamond Council CEO Beth Casey says it's a unique honor.
Last year we had
about 8 girls that got the Gold Award in our entire Girl Scout Council. And we cover 61 counties in 4 different states. So it's a small number of girls that get to this point.
Casey says they honored Dorst last week for her project to help underprivileged kids access dance lessons virtually. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Carrie Hudson.
At Menards, we've purchased truckloads of paint to pass the savings on to you. Check out our huge selection of paint from Dutch Boy. These paints and primers in one have superior protection for your wall. Get a gallon of interior flat paint for only $19.99 after 11% off and $8 rebate. Right now, save 11% on everything at Menards. Savings are a mail-in rebate. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Hello, everyone. It's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. I'm a private real estate investor who can solve your real estate problems fast for cash. Do you want to sell and just be done with it? Okay, great. I buy vacant properties, boarded up houses, pre-foreclosures, and inherited properties. I also buy apartment buildings, rental portfolios, divorce homes. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. I look forward to solving your real estate problems today. Call me today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
I'm Josh from Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration. I hope you are staying healthy. We continue to respond to structural, fire, and water emergencies. We are combating COVID-19 with our highly trained staff and latest disinfection systems, providing preventative and reactive disinfection to facilities around the region, while working with area hospitals on isolation areas and air filtering. At Panhandle, we continue to follow social distancing and hygiene protocols. We are dedicated to our community, and together we will get through this.
With the weather changing, it's good to know Toyota has a wide range of all-wheel drive vehicles, like a stylish Camry, right now with up to $1,250 total cash allowance. Or go with an Avalon with up to $3,000 total cash allowance. Visit buyatoyota.com today and find a dealer near you. You can take cash back or apply toward down payment. Offers may vary for hybrid models. See your dealer for details. Offers end November 1st. Toyota. Let's go places.
$3.5 trillion. That's the cost of the reckless spending plan President Biden and the Washington extremists are rushing through Congress. Their socialist plan will bankrupt America and force West Virginia taxpayers to foot the bill for abortions, even painful late-term abortions. Thankfully, Senator Joe Manchin is standing strong, opposing this reckless spending spree and taxpayer-funded abortions. But Senator Manchin is under enormous pressure from Washington liberals to cave to their extreme agenda. Biden and Pelosi are intent on forcing West Virginians to pay for abortion on demand, even up to the moment of birth when babies can feel excruciating pain. West Virginians need to thank Manchin for standing strong. Call Senator Joe Manchin at 202-224-3954. Thank Manchin for opposing Biden and the socialists in Congress. Tell him to stand strong against their plan to bankrupt America and force West Virginians to pay for abortions. Paid for by Susan B. Anthony List.
Hi, it's Hoppy Kercheval inviting you to join me weekdays, 10 till noon for a statewide talk line. We talk about the big stories affecting us in West Virginia. We talk with top political figures, sports personalities, and sometimes just us folks talking, all offering our opinions on what's happening today. 10 till noon, right after the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Well, in that case, he gives us one more to do. In that case, we got to do our alma mater. We must do our alma mater. When I was a little bitty boy, my grandmother bought me a cute little toy. Silver bells hanging on a string. She told me it was my ding-a-ling-a-ling, oh. Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling. Beautiful, beautiful. And then Mama took me to grammar school, but I stopped off in the vestibule.
Happy birthday, Mr. Rock and Roll. Chuck Berry. By the way, that song, which was played a lot in my dormitory, we all sing to it, even if it was like midnight or something, because we were still partying, especially on a weekend. My Ding-a-Ling, 1972, was a clip of his most famous tune. And Johnny B. Good, by the way, from 1958, made it into outer space on the Voyager 1 spacecraft to represent rock music. How about that? But My Ding-a-Ling, the only #1 pop chart hit for Mr. Rock and Roll. Okay. Were you a Chuck Berry fan, Lola?
I guess. I don't necessarily remember, well, I don't remember when he was most popular. Of course, growing up, he was, I guess. I don't know that you could say I was truly a fan, but,
He had two big names that were his influences. Nat King Cole, I liked him too, and Muddy Waters. Wasn't Muddy Waters basically jazz?
Blues.
Blues? Okay.
Blues.
Was he ever in Wheeling, do you know?
I don't know about Wheeling, but I saw him in Detroit.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know who's worse, by the way, and I'm not picking on you. Are the Lions worse than Jacksonville or vice versa? They're both bad.
At least Jacksonville's won a game. I mean, the Lions haven't.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I didn't even bother watching Red Zone yesterday.
Yeah, well,
I was busy with other stuff.
Yeah, okay. You mean you missed the Lions update?
What? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I
You
didn't
missed the
know.
Lions update? On the Red Zone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But was there even any update?
I don't know. I don't. I have like 4 TV monitors I can look at. That's like I can't wait for Ray Fittipaldo. Matter of fact, Lola, let's take a quick break. I'll get him on the line. He just texted me. The Zoom interviews have been completed at Heinz Field. I want to ask him about the controversy involving the referee's decision or indecision on how many seconds were left in that football game that probably, the Steelers will be talking about for a long time. I know Tomlin, when he was asked about it at his press conference, said, I'll get fined. Now I think he's saying, go ahead and fine me. I think he's really going to be loud and boisterous tomorrow during his press conference. We'll see what Ray Fittipaldo has to say with the Zoom interviews that did not include Mike Tomlin this morning. We'll be right back.
Hi, it's Hoppy Kirchville. Join me weekdays at 10 o'clock for Talk Line. We'll talk about the big stories affecting us in West Virginia, top political figures, sports personalities, sometimes just plain folks offering their opinions on what's happening today. 10 till noon, right after the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard
Hello,
Monroe.
I'm Chuck Reddick, Commissioner of the Internal Revenue Service. We're working hard to get ready for tax filing season. You know who else is working hard? Identity thieves. Keep your computers and your mobile phones secure. Use antivirus software and strong passwords. Look out for email scams. Secure your home Wi-Fi with a password. Stay safe when you shop online. Look for HTTPS in the web address. See irs.gov for details.
Attorney Tom McIntyre.
Life. It may knock you down, but you don't have to stay that way. I'm Tom McIntyre. I'm a bankruptcy attorney, and I'm here to help you. Give us a call, and we'll send you a copy of my free book, When Bad Things Happen to Good People. It's an interesting read, and it'll explain bankruptcy to you like no other book does. Give us a call. We're here to help.
Call Thomas E. McIntyre and Associates at 304-232-8600. Allow us to help put you back on the road to financial success.
The timeless sounds of polka live here. Join us 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays for the Polka Showcase with Rich Biella. Sunday mornings never sounded so good.
Community Bank presents Rock, Roll, and Doo-Wop Volume 19, Saturday, October 30th at Wheeling's Capitol Theater. Featuring Bobby Rydell, Terry Johnson's Flamingos, The Marvelettes, The Reflections, and PBS TV star Chris Ruggiero. Tickets Tickets are on sale now by calling 304-233-7000 or online at CapitolTheaterWheeling.com. Don't miss Chris Ruggiero, The Reflections, The Marvelettes, The Flamingos, and the one and only Bobby Rydell. Saturday, October 30th, 7 p.m. at the legendary Capitol Theater in Wheeling. Presented by Community Bank and produced by Spotlight Productions.
Now I don't hardly know her, but I think I could love her. Crimson and clover. Will she come walking over? Now I've been waiting to show her. Crimson and clover.
I'll never forget when we had Tommy James without the Shondells on the air here. And I asked him after reading the book, man, you go after a lot of bad guys. Do you feel safe when you start your car? And he says, if you ever write a book and you go after some bad guys, make sure they're dead. Yeah, what a great idea, yeah. I'll have to remember that if I ever write a book. I don't think I'll write the tell-all book. People don't want to know stuff that I know or Ray Fittipaldo knows or any reporter who covers teams 24/7. Right, Ray? If you wrote a book, it wouldn't be a tell-all book, would it?
Well, it depends. If a book would make money, maybe I might tell all. But I don't know. The book industry is so bad right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, you can publish your book for a few $1,000s now.
Yeah, who wants to do that?
Yeah, I have great memories. That's all I need. Hey, listen, I want to talk about what probably a lot of people are talking about at the coffee table or in the restaurants, and that was it seemed like we weren't going to have closure for a while because everything was under review or whatever. The scoreboard clock said 0-0, I think 0, right? On that one play?
Well, I mean, it depends, Bill. I mean, from what I saw in the press box, it looked like Geno Smith spiked it with 1 second left. Now, other people have told me, the scoreboard went to 0. I think Mike Tomlin's big issue and why he said what he said after the game, and, people who were watching on TV could see, he was having a heated discussion with
Oh, it was heated. Not with one, but about 3 referees, and he kept following him. I said, I love this stuff. We all loved it, too, in a tunnel,
I think he was upset that the play went to review because it was pretty cut and dried. I mean, the guy took 3 steps before he fumbled, and he was upset that they took time to review that, and that made the field goal operation much easier for the Seahawks, whereas, there would have been a play clock on them. They'd be running onto the field. It would be a little bit more rush. I think that was the issue that Mike had more so than, the 1 second versus the 0. It was close, but I do think that Smith got that spike off before the clock went to 0.
Should be an interesting Mike Tomlin press conference tomorrow. That's a hockey line.
The only thing is, Bill, there is no Mike Tomlin press conference tomorrow because there's an off week.
Oh, I didn't know that. Slap me in the face.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh, that hurt. I didn't know
but
that.
there is practice on Tuesday and Wednesday. They are practicing tomorrow afternoon. So I'm not sure if we're going to get Tomlin. Probably not, but we'll be able to get some players, and we'll see if we get a better explanation as to why that game ended the way it did.
Well, in the past, he said many times concerning the referees, and he'll go after them, which he can. And, the referees are only human, although they'll tell you they're in charge. He would say, I don't want to get fined. I don't think he cares now. I think he's going to open up sooner or later, but no press conference tomorrow. People will forget about it because, the Steelers won. Now, if the Steelers lost, might be a different story. Matter of fact, I thought Seattle was going to pull it out. If you would have told me yesterday at about 9 in the morning when I reported to work, it's going to be a close game, I would have said, no. Then I have half the people I work with, they're mad at me because with about 10 minutes left in the game, I said, let's stay here for overtime. And we did.
Yeah.
And I got paid more because I had to stay there till the Seahawks left. But it shouldn't have been
Yeah,
23-20. Shouldn't have been.
No, it's 2 weeks in a row that they've blown big leads. Almost blew one against the Broncos last week, 24-6. I think late third or early fourth quarter against the Broncos, and they got to hang on and get an interception in the end zone to hang on to win that game. Or we could have had overtime against the Broncos, and this one I thought was even worse. 14-0 halftime lead. You're really controlling the game, and they just come out. That defense they played in the second half. They're lucky they won that game. I know the offense wasn't perfect. They settled for field goals instead of touchdowns, and the whole 9 yards. But to me, when you're the defense, and you're supposed to be the defense that the Pittsburgh Steelers has, that's supposed to be the strength of this team. When you got a 14-0 lead, you got to be able to lock that down. And they did not lock it down in the second half against the Seahawks.
That great defense didn't look so great in the last 2 games, so I don't know. I have no idea. But, I said it during the preseason. If after, 6 games the Steelers are 3-3, at least I'm right once in a while, I'll be very, very happy. Should the Steelers be happy with coming up with a bye week, then a tough schedule begins? With the exception of Detroit and Chicago.
Yeah, considering where they were at 1-3, I think they have to be. They have to be excited that they're back in playoff contention here. The Bengals are a game ahead. The Ravens are 2 games ahead. For me, Bill, I knew that the early part of the season was maybe the easiest, so I was thinking 4-2 at worst, and then get ready for the tough second half. But listen, it's only 1 game. All they got to do in the second half of the season is, maybe pull one upset, get 1 win where everyone thought they were going to have a loss, and, maybe that could be the difference between being in the playoffs or being out of the playoffs. So, like you said, uphill climb with the tough second half schedule, but considering where they were, this is a good spot for the Steelers to be in.
Yeah, the Cleveland Browns expected them to win the division, I think a team called Baltimore is pretty good shape. How about Baltimore? 5-1, they got 14 players on IR, and they find ways to win. Is it coaching? I don't know. Maybe it's Lamar Jackson. I have no idea.
Yeah, they're winning close games, and sometimes that averages out over the course of a 17-game season. So we'll see if they can continue to win close games. That game they won yesterday, though, against a good Chargers team, that was not close. They controlled that game from beginning to end, and I give them credit. The Browns, there's a lot of talk about, maybe the Browns being a Super Bowl contender this year. That team is far from a Super Bowl contender. I know they've got injuries now that they're dealing with their quarterback and their running backs, but their defense has just been gashed the last 2 weeks, and they got the ball shoved down their throat at home yesterday against the Arizona Cardinals. So that is far from a Super Bowl defense. That team kind of, gets its energy off the running game, and when your running backs are injured the way they are, I don't think that offense, and I don't think that team works the way they want it to work.
Yeah, so we're down to what? 1 team unbeaten, and that's Arizona.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Kyler Murray's having a nice season.
Oh yeah. So are we down to are they the only team 6-0? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Still a long way to go. But the AFC North, I still maintain, although Baltimore is 5-1, it's up for grabs because you never know. But the Ravens impressed me with all the people that are injured. They'll probably want Lola for a tryout at running back. They're just running out of bodies. In Cleveland, I guess they got more problems. We don't know about Baker's shoulder. I was listening. I think did we have a cut with him? He had popped his collarbone in place again. That's not good, even though it's the left shoulder.
No, I think it's something he's going to have to fight through for the rest of the season. And,
not good.
That is not good. And at this point, we are 6 weeks in. I think the Ravens, if Lamar Jackson stays healthy, I think they're going to have the inside edge on winning the division. And I think for the other 3 teams, Bill, I think the way it is right now, I could see all of those teams finishing somewhere between 10 and 7 wins. And it's just how healthy are you in the second half, when do you get hot, but I could see Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati all being within that 7 to 10 win range. And if you get to 9 or 10, I think you're going to have a chance to maybe make the playoffs.
Well, this just in from our friends at Associated Press. Fresh news out of Cleveland. Browns running back Kareem Hunt will likely miss more than a month with a significant calf injury sustained in Sunday's loss to Arizona. And remember, they already lost Nick Chubby Dub with a calf injury. Boy, that's...
Yeah, he's probably not. Yeah, he's not going to. I don't think he's going to play Thursday night against the Broncos.
Wow.
Kareem. I mean, the Steelers play the Browns. I think in 12 days. They got the off week this week. They play in Cleveland on Halloween, and that's going to be a big game. And if the Browns are injured, they're a little bit banged up. Advantage Steelers, because the Steelers are coming off a bye, and presumably they should be as healthy as they have been all season.
Stefanski said that Hunt's injury, and I'm quoting, is more in the ballpark of 4 to 6 weeks. He did not rule out Chubb for Thursday night's game against the Broncos. Okay. But that defense hasn't looked that great, you know? They give up the big play over and over again.
Well, what they give up, 47 against the Chargers, and then what, 30, was it 34 against the Cardinals yesterday? That's not good. People, we spent the first half of this interview talking about the Steelers' defensive woes. The Steelers look like world beaters compared to where the Browns are right now with their defense.
Yeah. Mayfield might be questionable. Could miss some time. Who knows? Partially torn labrum in his non-throwing shoulder. Okay, it still means he's not going to be 100% for a while. He may not be 100%, like you said, for the entire season. You know, the first 2 games of the NFL, he was leading the league in completion percentage.
It's not always about how good you are at the end of the season, Bill. It's about how healthy you are. And sometimes good teams get tripped up by injuries, and this might be one of those years for the Browns.
And they lost starting tackles Jack Conlon and Cedric Wilson Jr. against the Cardinals. Oh, boy. And, you know he's going to get hurt. Odell Beckham Jr., he's dealing with a shoulder issue.
He's always hurt.
Yeah. And he's always complaining. Keep your mouth shut. Get healthy and play ball. Yeah. I've been in a rant mood for a couple of weeks. And I'm doing more news stuff, too. I like that. Because that's our platform, right? Right till they take it away.
Well, that's good. Rants are good.
Yeah. I got to ask you this, because I talked to Jerome Bettis about this years ago, okay? By the way, it was good seeing those guys last night. It was a who's who in the stadium, coming out of the tunnel with the Hall of Famers. And it was just a good night for Steeler Nation. I used to talk to Jerome. I said, man, you take hit after hit after hit. And he goes, yeah, it wears you down after a lot of carries. 32 touches yesterday, running the ball, receiving for Najee Harris. Sooner or later, Ray, come on. It's going to take effect on his body. I know he's young, aggressive. You know, he likes to run with the football, catch with the football. But, you know, that's a lot of touches. It seems like that, Tomlin wants to run his wheels off.
Well, I agree with you. I think the bye week is going to help Harris. A lot of times with rookies, you hear about them hitting the rookie wall late in their seasons. I think this is a perfect time for a young guy like him, and really all the rookies, to just take a deep breath, maybe step away from football for a couple of days, and then get rejuvenated for the second half of the season. What you said is true, but I thought, Bill, that he was at his best at the end of the game. He had 33 of his 77 rushing yards on that final drive that set up Boswell's field goal at the end of regulation. It seems like he gets stronger as the game goes on, and if that's the case, I don't really have a big issue with his usage. Of course, the longer you play, the more you play, the more susceptible you are to injury. But that's every position on the field. Yeah. He's having a good rookie year. I think he'll be even better once his offensive line gets better. And seemed like everyone was playing a little bit better late in that game. So that was good news for the Steelers offense.
If Ben retires, and we don't know, if every other week we change our minds. He changes his mind every day, it seems. But if they're looking for a quarterback, could they go across the hall and draft a Kenny Pickett, who a lot of people say is one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the country?
Well, Kenny Pickett's getting a lot of hype right now. We'll see if he's able to, keep up his good play for an entire season. The combine's going to be big for him. He wasn't really on the radar as one of the top guys coming into the year. So he's trending in the right direction. The Steelers obviously know all about Pitt. They see these guys almost every single day, so they'll be well informed, on him. But I don't know. For me, I kind of want to see him do it for more than 6 or 7 games. I'd like to see him have a good season, up through the bowl game, and then we'll talk in January as we get closer to the draft.
Well, he wasn't going to come back for his 5th year, but 2 guys named Eli and Peyton Manning, because he's close with Peyton Manning, went to his academy, went to his whatever. They're good friends. Both Eli and Peyton said, hey, come back for another year. That'll improve your draft status. Maybe they're right. If he didn't come back for another year, who knows if he'd have been drafted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or whatever. And now more people are seeing him, and that's a big hype game for him Saturday, against Clemson. If he has another good field day and a team 6-1, the team's going to take notice, and people around the country are going to take notice of this quarterback.
That's a big game. Pitt's ranked for the first time this year. Clemson's not as good as they usually are, but they're still a pretty good football team. So, yeah, I agree with you. You want to see him perform consistently, and when you do it against the better teams, that's even better.
Yep. All right. I think that's about it. Can't abuse you anymore. I forgot thanks for reminding me, no Mike Tomlin tomorrow. The Steelers are probably happy about that.
Yeah, it's a bye week. Everyone gets a little time off, including the head coach, I think. So.
How about local media like yourself? You going to take a couple days off?
I am working. I will be down there Tuesday and Wednesday, and maybe take some time off later in the week. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, okay. All right. Oh, emotional moment last night because it was happening near my tunnel. A couple of the guys there, young guys, they think they know it all, but they don't. Did you see Pete Carroll? Mr. Fabio, did you see Pete Carroll hugging Troy Polamalu? And I goes, why shouldn't he? Because Troy played under Pete Carroll at Southern California. Oh, okay. Did you see that?
I did not see it, but those Trojans stick together no matter what they do after college.
Once a Trojan, always a Trojan,
Yeah, pretty good moment for Troy, and as you know, he got emotional when he talked to the media too.
All right. Like once a Holy Cross Crusader, always a Crusader, right?
That's right, Bill.
Thank you, Ray. We'll talk to you later in the week.
All right, Bill. I'll talk to you.
All right. We'll be back with Army and his sidekick, DJ. Yeah, hockey coming up.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1 W251CY, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7 W249DU, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
From ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. President Biden remembering former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and former Secretary of State Colin Powell, who died today of complications from COVID-19. ABC's Karen Travers at the White House.
President Biden remembered Colin Powell as a trailblazer, a trusted confidant and friend. He called Powell a patriot of unmatched honor and dignity. The president said, having fought in wars himself, Powell, quote, understood better than anyone that military might alone was not enough to maintain our peace and prosperity. The president said time and time again, Powell put country before self and party. He also noted their shared love of cars, in particular, Corvettes. Mr. Biden said Powell could drive his Stingray like nobody's business. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
Powell was 84 years old. In Chicago, the deadline has passed for officers to get a COVID-19 vaccine or lose their jobs. Seattle police facing their own vaccine mandate starting today.
Like many police and fire departments here on the West Coast where there are vaccine mandates, there are large groups of holdout officers and firefighters who are refusing to get vaccinated. In Seattle, today is a deadline, and they've been told after today they are fired. Where they're going to go isn't clear since vaccines are mandatory in all departments around the area. But there is real worry about what staffing in the police department will be this week. Seattle police moving into a modified Stage 4 mobilization, which is reserved for the most extreme staffing emergencies. It means everybody who can be in uniform will be working extended shifts.
ABC's Alex Stone. A water crisis in Michigan with echoes of Flint. Lead from contaminated pipes found in the water in Benton Harbor, Michigan. 2-hour wait times at bottled water distribution sites. ABC's Zachary Keish is in the city.
Pediatricians say exposure to lead in young people is absolutely devastating. That's why at a number of these distribution sites, you'll see them not only handing out water, but also pre-mixed baby formula.
It's expected to take 1.5 years to fix contaminated pipes in the city. You're listening to ABC News.
When a nasty cold keeps you up all night, Vicks NyQuil Severe gives you powerful relief from your worst cold and flu symptoms, which changes a night that sounds like this into a night that sounds more like this. Ah, that's better. NyQuil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, sore throat, stuffy head, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold, medicine. Use as directed.
Some people treat investing like a game, but Marcus by Goldman Sachs approaches investing in a smart way with digitally managed portfolios that leverage Goldman Sachs strategies. So, do you want to play games or do you want your money to work smart? You can money. Visit Marcus.com to learn more about saving, borrowing, and investing from Marcus by Goldman Sachs.
Investing involves risk and investments may lose value. Brokerage and investment advisory services by Goldman Sachs & Company, LLC. Member FINRA SIPC. Lending and deposits products provided by Goldman Sachs Bank USA. Member FDIC.
No motive yet for the kidnapping of 17 missionaries in Haiti over the weekend. ABC's Victor Oquendo says authorities believe a gang might be responsible.
By some estimates, gangs now control roughly half of the capital city of Port-au-Prince. The State Department saying it's aware of the kidnapping reports and that the welfare and safety of U.S. citizens abroad is one of the highest priorities of the Department of State. And this kidnapping happened just a day after the United Nations Security Council decided to extend its mission there by 9 months.
16 of the 17 missionaries who were kidnapped are American. The missionary group, Ohio-based Christian Aid Ministries, says 5 children were among those who were kidnapped. China is denying a report that it tested a nuclear-capable hypersonic missile. ABC News has not confirmed the report from the Financial Times, but Chinese authorities say they didn't launch a missile, they launched a space vehicle.
China normally releases its information, it publishes its space agency on the number of tests that it does. There was a 77th test, there was a 79th test, but there doesn't seem to be any record of a 78th test. The US and Russia are also trying to develop this technology, but I think it's fair to say that China is well ahead of both of those countries.
ABC's James Longman. Facebook is looking to add 10,000 employees in Europe over the next 5 years. It's for a new project called the Metaverse, which Facebook says will incorporate elements of virtual reality and 3D to connect people. This is ABC News.
Still looking for that one special voice that makes you fall in love with podcasts? The One is out there and free on Spotify. With over 2 million shows and today's most talked about podcasts, Spotify is the best place to find that one special show that makes you laugh, keeps you interested, and keeps you listening for more. Whatever you're into, get way more into it with a podcast. Find the one you've been listening for right now, free on Spotify.
Hey. Dave Packer, ABC News.
On the Ohio News Network, I'm Daniel Barnett. Ohio had more than 5,000 overdose deaths last year, an all-time high according to the CDC. Kaylee Kirby with affiliate station WTOL-TV in Toledo has more on this with Dr. Andrew Thomas from The Ohio State University.
Some of the state's health leaders are sounding the alarm when it comes to opioid overdoses, calling it the epidemic within the pandemic.
We've seen increases in overdose deaths to the point where overdose deaths in Ohio are the third leading cause of lost years of life for Ohioans.
Nationally, opioid numbers have risen significantly. According to the CDC, 93,000 lives were lost last year. Kaylee Kirby reporting in Toledo.
And a new National Institutes of Health study shows hopeful results from mixing vaccine booster shots. Angela Ann has more.
Over 500 patients received 9 different combinations of vaccines during this trial. The best results came from boosting a Johnson & Johnson vaccine with Moderna or Pfizer. Immunity became 30% higher than other combinations. And health experts say more research is required before they can recommend mixing vaccines. But for now, they say match your booster to your original shots. That is the best option. I'm Angela Ann.
For a look at state news anytime, visit ONNradio.com. I'm Daniel Barnett on the Ohio News Network.
The best in live and local talk returns momentarily on The Watchdog.
Babies come with lots of decisions. Cloth or disposable? Crib or bassinet? So when it comes to protection, go with the safest, most effective choice, vaccination. Get all the recommended vaccines for your baby by age 2 to protect your child against 14 serious childhood diseases. For more reasons to vaccinate, talk to your child's doctor. Go to cdc.gov/vaccines or call 800-CDC-INFO. A message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection. Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson.
Hey man, what can I get you?
Yeah, can I have 2 Coors Lights?
You got it. Hey Mike! I need 2 Coors Lights!
Sure thing.
With a taste as cold as the Rockies, only Coors Light gives you refreshment every time.
Here you go.
Thanks, Mike. Doing a great job. All right, 2 ice-cold Coors Lights.
That's the coldest beer I've ever had.
Hey, they don't call it the world's most refreshing beer for nothing.
Okay, be honest with me. Do you really have the Rocky Mountains in your beer cooler?
You don't believe it? Check it out.
Man, that's pretty amazing.
I know, right? I can't believe it myself sometimes. I mean, this cooler is only 3 feet wide.
Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Community Bank presents Rock, Roll, and Doo-Wop Volume 19, Saturday, October 30th at Wheeling's Capitol Theater. Featuring Bobby Rydell, Terry Johnson's Flamingos, The Marvelettes,
Oh, yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait,
The Reflections, and PBS TV star Chris Ruggiero. Tickets are on sale now by calling 304-233-7000 or online at CapitolTheaterWheeling.com. Don't miss Chris Ruggiero, The Reflections, The Marvelettes, The Flamingos, and the one and only Bobby Rydell. Saturday, October 30th, 7 p.m. at the legendary Capitol Theater in Wheeling. Presented by Community Bank and produced by Spotlight Productions.
Hello, everyone, from the Watchdog. I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster, with a look at your local weather forecast for your start to the work week. Plenty of sunshine as we go out the door, a daytime high near 64. As we look through the overnight, clear and cool with a low near 40. Mostly sunny skies for your Tuesday with highs in the upper 60s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
There is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whisper. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can roll the image, make it flutter. We can change the focus to a soft blur or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your television set. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to the outer limits.
Now it's time for Bill DeFabio on AM 1600 WKKX, The Watchdog.
A little bit of 10 years after. Actually, it's 11 minutes past the hour of 1. DJ, how are you?
Bill, how are you?
I can't complain because nobody cares, and I don't care if they don't care. As long as they don't say anything bad to me or my family, they're safe.
Perfect.
All right?
Great.
You should feel the same way.
Good.
Take care of the family. No, I can't say what I wanted to say. Just take care of the family.
Okay.
How is the family?
Family's really good.
How's the volleyball player?
Very good. Everything's really good. We had a great volleyball game on Saturday morning.
You still donate your time?
I do, yeah. We had a playoff game, and they beat Blair in a good rivalry matchup, and that's important because
Now, what do you do?
I do the PA announcing.
Oh, okay.
Your role in baseball.
Yeah.
And
basketball.
Yeah, there you go. And
football.
That was a good one for them.
I got to ask you, because I took this, Wade asked me about this. Wade was in for Lola last week.
Yes.
He asked a lot of questions. But he has some good pointers, too. Plus, he fed me every day. Listen, I don't like it, but I have to do it. And you know where this is coming from PA announcer, because they all do it. I got tired of listening to Larry Richard last night. 3rd down and 4. When did that start? They all do it.
I don't know. The Patriots play the Bruins goal horn when it's 3rd down.
Oh, my God. And then he'll say, 1st down. And then he has a crowd saying, Steelers. And I'm there. I was talking to some of the NBC crews as they were leaving and packing and everything. And they said I did a nice job, feeding them. I get to feed them, too.
Oh, that's good.
They needed water, so I made sure 3 cases of water was brought into their little bubble. They said how loud that sounds, You probably, I hear it on TV, I was watching Pitt and Virginia Tech, and you can hear the guy go, 3rd down and 14. But whatever. I do it because everybody else is doing it. Back in the 70s and 80s and 90s, you didn't really get real loud. You had to be kind of generic,
Right.
But today, everything is about loud.
It's a show.
Yeah. I guess that's all sports is anymore.
Right.
So your Red Flops, I almost called them Red Flops last week. Your Red Sox, my Red Sox too, but you're the president of the Red Sox Nation in the Ohio Valley. I think Game 3 is very important for them to take.
Oh, absolutely it is. So you just...
Because then you set the tone. Now, if Houston wins Game 3, they're setting the tone. Because, they're probably thinking, we're not going to lose 2 more games. And if we do, we go back home.
Right. Well, you just worked that hard to tie it down in Houston, so now you bring it home to Game 3. You've got to capitalize on that situation, so...
Kike Hernandez.
Yes.
This guy's awesome. And to think the Dodgers wouldn't play him every day. He
I
went
know.
to the Red Sox because I think, you got to give Alex Cora, whether he's banging on trash things or cheating. He paid the price. He says last week he's going to live with it every day of his life. Okay, but still, I think he's a player that gets the most, he's a coach that gets the most out of players.
Oh, yeah. It's hard to, especially taking this year's roster into consideration.
Yeah.
This one, the 2018 team was just good. They were just, they were superior
Yes, they were.
top to bottom. This one reminds me a lot of the 2013 team where there were a lot of guys who
That was
looked
the
at.
marathon team, right?
Yes. You looked at that team and you went, well, you know what? There's not a ton of superstars. Like, yeah, you had Big Papi. Okay, I get it. But they had more role-type players like Johnny Gomes. Like, you wouldn't expect to hear Johnny Gomes' name on, like, a big contributor to a World Series. Mike Napoli was the same thing. So I feel like Kike Hernandez kind of fills into that. Yep. Like, when they got him in the offseason, people were like, all right, he's okay. Like, not going to be king of the world, but yeah, there he is.
I thought they might have paid too much for him. $14 million for 2 years.
Yeah.
Just think after next year. Oh, better give him an extension now, Mr. Henry.
Right.
Yeah, he's got alligator arms too, but whatever. You know that. He also owns.
Who's starting tonight, by the way?
I don't know.
Is it Erod?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know who's starting for them.
Or Keedy, I think.
Yeah, whatever. But they're hurting with McCullers out.
Yes, that's a big loss.
Somebody got injured Saturday. So American League likes to start their starting pitchers. If they suck after a couple innings, let's use up the bullpen.
Get them out of there, yeah.
National League's vice versa. Let's see how far a starting pitcher could go.
Right, well, they don't want to blow through their bench because they know they're going to have to pinch hit for the relievers because that's going to be a disaster.
All right,
Are they going permanent DH next year, by the way?
I think so.
There were some rumblings
like
of that. I think I do at this point in time.
Yeah, I kind of like it because it brings back, the oldies but goodies. Like David Ortiz.
Yeah.
Okay. Who was the guy that played for Seattle?
Edgar Martinez.
Yeah. Guys like him, you could do whatever.
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, but the strategy. Listen, like, here's the strategy. When it gets to the bullpen, everybody's pinch hitting. So you're just going to blow through that.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to use pitchers, very cautiously. And pitchers are crappy hitters. Let's just call a spade. They're not, you don't expect them to hit well. Like,
Did you see Max go crazy after that one Dodger win?
yes.
He's a knucklehead.
I like him, though.
But yeah.
He's got the fire.
Yeah, he reminds me, if he was a football player, he would be T.J. Watt.
Yes.
T.J. he's going to fall down and break an ankle with his. Your Patriots didn't do so well.
They're a weird team right now.
Yeah. But you got to like Mac Jones.
They're 2-4, and yet
they could be 4-2.
Yeah, 3 of their 4 losses are one possession game. If they don't fumble against the Dolphins, if they don't have a field goal hit the post against the Bucs, and if they stop the Cowboys at the end of the game last night, okay.
Yeah. Well, people don't want to hear you talk about baseball because we know your priority is hockey.
Yes, big week
By
this
the
week.
way, tomorrow.
Yes.
Tribute to Mike Lang.
Okay.
I hope we can find a lot of his great sayings. If not, I'll have to do it. But I'm sure we find him somewhere. Everybody that walks into the arena tomorrow will get a postcard with all of his sayings.
Nice.
Give Sam Dog, whatever it is. You know any of them?
A little bit of it. Yeah. I mean, of course, the big one is Elvis has just left the building.
Yeah. That got old after a while.
Buy Sam a drink and get his dog one too is one.
We've changed that to buy Lola a drink.
Shave my face with a rusty razor.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Or with a hack. There's something with a hacksaw.
Let me talk to my girlfriend. Mike Lang quotes sayings. Watch her say, "Who is Mike Lang?"
Or scratch my back with a hacksaw. That was another one.
Boy, she's good. And I don't even pay her. Hold on. Here we go. You ready?
Lord Stanley, give me the brandy.
Yes. Here we go. Slap me, silly Sydney.
Yep.
Okay. Some people say crick. No, number 9. Some people say crick. Some people say crack. Was that a player?
Well, it's talking about Arnold Slick from Turtle Creek.
Well, people around here don't even know where Turtle Creek is, but that's okay. We'll give one that's familiar. It's a hockey night in Pittsburgh. We all know that. Or Lord Stanley, bring me the brandy. Boy, was he good. I went on a penguin trip with him. He turned me on to lobster, by the way. I didn't know what lobster was. He even picked up the bill. Now
3 years ago, he sat in the booth with me when I was calling a game here because we had him down to sign autographs.
That would have been great.
And we scored, and I had to quickly decide what I wanted to do.
Yeah, you don't want to.
I wasn't touching any of that stuff. I'm like, nope, not going down that path.
What's this? Your sports is being delivered $4.99 a month. What is this? Now I got to pay for a newsletter here. Hold on. We won't worry about it. It seems like I get more ads every time I check into something.
What a nice start for the Pens, though, huh? 5 points in their first 3?
If you would have told me 3 points out of 4 in their first 2 games, both on the road, I'd have said, what are you on?
Especially against those teams.
Yeah, Tampa I could understand. I think that was emotionally high for Tampa, and the Penguins were at the right place at the right time to stick it to them. But, they're playing really well. They're tight.
Yep.
They're skating well. They're passing well. And they're doing all this without Malkin and what's his name?
Crosby,
yeah. Who used to be the face of the
Even Brian Rust on Saturday night, they were without him.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Yes.
So, it's still a long way to go. And then poor
I will say, and you're going down this path now.
Fleury, I felt so bad.
That team is awful.
Yeah.
Holy
Even
cow.
though they got 2 Hall of Famers on it.
Don't care.
Yeah.
They're so bad, especially defensively.
Did you ever see, remember when they got 4 goals past Andre Fleury, in the first 10 minutes?
Yeah.
The coach pulls them out. They bring in the backup, and the fans boo him because they wanted to see Fleury.
We played against the backup a couple of years ago.
Who was it?
Kevin Lankinen. He was with Indy a few
sucks.
years ago.
Is he any good?
So-so.
He's a backup.
He's a Finnish kid.
Yeah. Finnish? Like finish or
like,
finish?
Like finish the game, I guess, but also from Finland, yes.
Yeah, okay, all right. I thought maybe he's Finnish as a goaltender.
Yeah.
But tomorrow night will be real special. There'll be a lot of tears there, a lot of emotion.
They should do well tomorrow. Dallas lost to Boston in the opener, and Boston pretty well controlled that game. But Dallas has Braden Holtby now in net, so gave him a fighting chance.
Yeah.
Chicago's just terrible. They're going to get torched.
Yeah.
You look at Colorado, Winnipeg, those two are elite. Colorado's going to score them nonstop. Winnipeg's going to shove them around.
Yeah.
Minnesota, I like them a lot. They're a good, young, up-and-coming team. And then just kind of see what a Dallas or a St. Louis or a Nashville.
Yep.
I think they'll have no problem with Arizona. Arizona looks like garbage.
And I have so much respect for Mike Sullivan.
Yeah.
I think he's top 3. Somebody on the line want to talk to you? Maybe they want to talk to me. So let's hear from them.
This is Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave. I had one cliche of Mike Lang's that I always thought was pretty funny. It might have got lost in the wayside. Was Michael motorcycle?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's in the top 12 I have here. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to miss him. I don't know about you.
Oh, come on. How can you not? He's a Bob Prince of baseball.
Yeah, you remember Bob Prince?
But
Yeah, baby. There's somebody out there that's not real young, but remembers Bob Prince. He had so many great cliches.
Then he got in trouble for calling Rennie Stennett a gay cavalierito.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Today, he would be murdered by somebody. Yeah, he used to say that all the time about Rennie. Nobody said anything back then. Whatever.
No, but as a kid, I had a radio glued to my ear, and I was only 7 or 8.
Yeah. Were you a big Myron Cope fan?
Big Myron Cope fan, not as much as Bob Prince.
Yeah.
Bob Prince made the Pirates interesting, and Chicken on the Hill with Will.
Oh, yeah. He probably couldn't say that today.
They're gonna
Spread
buy
some chicken
for
on the hill. Now, somebody out there would have an attitude and start something on social media, and there'd be a lot of problems.
You know, he even put an offer out there. I think it was in an extra inning game or a tied-up game. The Stargell hits a home run, he'll buy chicken for everyone in the store.
Yep.
The next day. Or
In
it was
Washington,
unbelievable.
yeah, in Washington where I live, there was an all-pro chicken down the street, and every time Stargell was up at bat, spread some chicken on the hill, the place was packed. The place was packed. The radio was on, and they lost a lot of chicken at times.
Nothing against their current announcers. There'll just be no one ever like him ever again.
He was, and you know what? When he left Pittsburgh to go to New York, they booed him because that's not New York.
Yeah.
You know.
A bloop and a blast was a good one.
Bloop and a blast. You know what was great with him? Same with Lang. If the Pirates were losing 9-1 in the 4th inning, Prince made it very entertaining. Same with Mike Lang. The Penguins are down. He made the game entertaining.
It just seemed like he had a way to pull him back.
Yeah.
I don't know what his magic was, but it just always seems like.
How about when he would shake his green weenie? You probably can't say that today.
Yeah.
You have a green weenie?
No, I don't have one.
I have 2. You want to buy one? We'll start at $100.
My parents never took me to too many games. That's why I always had the radio.
Yep. I still have my radio. I ought to bring it in and show it to you guys. It's what taught me up. Hey, nice talking to you, man.
Likewise. So long.
Yeah, I know. Well, you had a guy in Boston like Prince. Johnny Most.
Oh, yeah?
Havlicek stole the ball. I heard that a lot of Boston.
There's a lot of good ones, and I think
Most was the best, I think.
Yeah, I think the thing I like the most about the way it's gone with Lang is kind of got to slowly fade away and go out on his own, not forced out, not, and they can still do nights like tonight where he is, he gets to get recognized. Like, unfortunately, Bob Chase, who used to be the voice of the Fort Wayne Comets, passed away before, he retired. So it was basically, well, okay, unfortunately, we can't do.
When's your first game?
Saturday, up in Fort Wayne.
Yeah, okay. Hey, your guy wasn't around for Seattle's opener.
I know, he got COVID. So frustrating.
He got mentioned, though.
Yeah, he did.
Team. Remember I called you?
Yes. Yeah, I felt horrible for him. He told us early last week.
Could he got it on the honeymoon? I'm just second guessing, but.
No, because he traveled with them during preseason. Like, he went to Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver, and doing the games around Washington. And there were a couple players that ended up testing positive, too, that didn't get a chance to play in the opener. But, yeah, he didn't get a chance to. I don't think he's back traveling yet because they're in Philly tonight, New Jersey tomorrow. But I'm hoping that because they play the home opener, I want to say Saturday against the Canucks.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping he'll be A-okay then.
I'm hoping to have him on the air, too.
I mean, it's 10 days, so if they opened last week, he should be by Saturday good to go.
Yeah. They won one already, right?
Yes, they beat Nashville. They beat Nashville. They lost to Vegas in regulation, and they lost to Columbus in overtime.
Yeah. Okay. How's Columbus look since they're like a neighbor?
Not great. I think they're going to struggle. They're in one, so they're in a tough division.
Who's their manager now, or head coach?
Oh, Brad Larson.
Brad Larson. Why does that name sound familiar?
Don't know. Came up through the organization. He was in Cleveland before.
Yeah, okay. Because, if somebody gets off to a bad start, like 1-9, you're going to get somebody fired.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Who's got the hottest seats right now?
The unsafest job in sports is the National Hockey League.
How about Montreal starts 0-3, but you can't really fault the coach because that just shows you what Carey Price does to that team.
Yeah. Is he out?
Yeah, he's got, what did he? He took I don't think he's hurt, but there's something else that has led him out of the Canadiens lineup.
Yeah, I thought I saw everything in hockey. But when Fleury left, by the way, I think he broke his stick over someone's head, but I don't know.
Yep.
I never thought I would see, like the people booing the backup because they wanted Fleury in there. If they'd have kept him in there, it might have been 8-0 by third period.
I was listening to the game on the radio, actually, and they were talking about, man, like after 3 and then 4, and it was like, I don't think that Chicago really wanted to pull him to have him take the walk of shame in Pittsburgh, but at that point, like when it was 4, it was like, you got to get him out of there. You can't let him keep on getting it fed to him like that.
When's the last time you've seen a team with 8 straight home games? You ever experienced that with the Nailers?
Not usually.
Okay.
Well, how about the Islanders don't play at home until November 20th?
Oh, yeah. Did you see the pictures, the video of their new place?
Yeah.
It looks like a small city.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So
and it's still on Long Island, right? Or is it in Brooklyn?
I think it's in Long Island.
Okay.
But if the Islanders are anything close to competitive by the time they return home on November 20th, it's like, all right, well, you guys are in great shape.
Yeah. Here we go. Chicago, they already beat them. Dallas, Toronto, Tampa Bay. Calgary, any good?
They're so-so.
New Jersey?
Not great, but they beat Chicago.
Okay, well, they could get
Also, yeah, actually, they beat Chicago in overtime on Friday night, and Jack Hughes, who was a former number 1 overall pick, just a filthy move on the overtime goal, and then he tossed his stick into the stands as part of the celebration. Like, he just undresses the Blackhawks, scores, and then... Whoosh.
Did he get fined for that?
I don't think so, but...
Okay. Yeah. And the old man, he's doing it well. Ovechkin.
Yeah, three goals already.
Yeah.
I think he'll be third by the end of the year. He just needs 37 to be third.
I don't think he's going to break Wayne's record.
I do.
Yeah, but he's got to average almost 48 a year, right, for 3 years?
He's got probably, he'll go until he breaks it.
You think?
I think he'll go into the 40s. I might, if I were going to go for it, I'd say yes.
You want him to see him break it? I do.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah, Lola, you want to see him break Wayne Gretzky's record for career goals?
Sure, I do.
I do. I like the guy.
Why not? Records are made to be broken.
Nobody, I've been to a lot of those parties. Nobody can party after a championship like he did in Vegas. That was perfect for him.
Well, I think it was interesting because I feel like Wayne was talking about it on one of the broadcasts last week, which, by the way, he was sitting beside former nailer Paul Bissonnette on the TNT thing. Yeah. But Gretzky, if you remember, yes, he scored all those goals, but he was more of a playmaker in his day. Look at his assist numbers. His assist numbers are off the charts.
Yeah.
Like, those are the numbers that won't get touched. I don't know when the last time you really saw a pure goal scorer like Ovechkin. Like, that's the thing with Crosby, too. Crosby's more like a Gretzky. He's more of an all-around player.
That's interesting. Yeah, I look at the scores every day, and what did Ovechkin do? And that one, didn't he score 2 in one game?
He scored 2 in the opener against the Rangers.
Capitals aren't going anywhere, are they?
They'll
have
be
goaltending?
Yeah, they have the same goalies last year. The same goalies as last year, 2 young ones. Okay. Vanacek and Samsonov.
Tampa Bay, they're one of the 8 teams to visit the Penguins in 8 straight.
Yes.
They seem to own, what's his name, Bobrovsky?
He's with the Panthers.
Oh, they seem to own him, too.
Yes.
Especially that little guy that sometimes I can't stand. He smiles too much. Getzel.
Yes.
You know, that's a kid you want to,
But yeah.
But he could play on my team.
Dallas tomorrow, which should be beatable. But it'll be, I mean, this is a big chance for them to take advantage. You don't have Crosby, you don't have Malkin. You've won 3 already. Now you've got a lot of home games. Like, this is a perfect opportunity to set yourselves up to.
Well, remember last year, people were calling for Mike Sullivan to be fired after about 3 weeks, remember?
Right.
So I don't know if it's good or not, you know?
Right.
If you get off to a great start, look at the Steelers. 11-0. People had them, challenging Miami's unbeaten record and going to the Super Bowl. And what happened after that? By the way, I got to take a break.
Okay.
Can we take a break?
We can take a break.
DJ says take a break.
Take a break.
We're going to take a break. We are the Variety Show, and we are the voice of the Ohio Valley.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Kelly Hudasek. The U.S. Senate is scheduled to vote on the Freedom to Vote Act this week. The bill would improve voter access, including automatic voter registration. But U.S. Senator Shelley Moore Capito says the federal government should not have this much authority on elections.
This is federalizing our elections, federalizing our election regulations and how we conduct them.
U.S. Senator Joe Manchin says he supports the plan. West Virginia researchers say coal waste piles might be a bright spot in the state's economic future. Dr. John Deskins of WVU's Bureau of Business and Economic Research says the state has mountains with rare earth elements.
Rare earths are right here in West Virginia in our coal waste. These piles and ponds of coal waste that we have been producing for over 100 years have rare earths in them.
Deskins says rare earth elements are in every electronic item we have, phones, computers, and TVs. He says the largest percentage of those materials are produced and processed in China. West Virginia's small businesses need all the help they can get as the nation continues to grapple with a supply chain issue. That's the word from National Federation of Independent Businesses State Director Gil White, who says the backlog at the ports was unexpected.
I don't think anyone ever forecasted that we would be struggling trying to get inventory into our stores as well as employees to work in our stores.
Much of the problem is a result of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. This year's Girl Scouts Gold Award is now in the hands of Charleston Girl Scout Zoe Dorst. Girl Scouts of Black Diamond Council CEO Beth Casey says it's a unique honor.
Last year we had about 8 girls that got the Gold Award in our entire Girl Scout Council. We cover 61 counties in 4 different states, so it's a small number of girls that get to this point.
Casey says they honored Dorst last week for her project to help underprivileged kids access dance lessons virtually. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Carrie Hudasek.
AutomotiveMap.com presents the Sports Flash, powered by The Score on the Watchdog. I'm John Thayer. Eddie Rosario had 4 hits last night, including the game winner as he knocked in Dansby Swanson at the bottom of the 9th inning, and the Braves beat the Dodgers 5-4. With the win, Atlanta takes a 2-0 series lead in the NLCS. Tonight, it's Game 3 of the ALCS as the Boston Red Sox play host to the Houston Astros. That series is all square at 1 apiece. In the NASCAR Cup playoffs yesterday, Kyle Larson, the winner at Texas Motor Speedway, just ahead of William Byron. Christopher Bell was third. Brad Keselowski and Kevin Harvick rounded out the top 5. Major League Baseball announced yesterday it will require teams to provide housing for minor league players starting in 2022. Download the Score app today. Lightning fast sports alerts so you never miss a thing. I'm John Thayer with the Sports Flash, powered by The Score on the Watchdog.
With just one spray of Microban 24, your hard surfaces are sanitized for up to 24 hours. Touch after touch after touch.
So 6 hours from now?
Still sanitized.
12 hours?
Yep.
18 hours.
We're really doing this.
24 hours.
When used as directed, one spray of Microban keeps killing 99.9% of bacteria touch after touch for, up to 24 hours.
Wow.
Microban 24. The sanitizer 4 out of 5 doctors would use in their own homes. So why aren't you?
Fever is the leading symptom of COVID and the flu, and the only way to reliably detect fever is with an accurate thermometer. Be vigilant and be accurate with the Exergen Temporal Scanner, proven in more than 100 clinical studies. Don't rely on non-contact thermometers. They are proven to be inaccurate and will not reliably detect a fever that might mean COVID. Be sure to seek medical advice at the first sign of fever. Learn more at Exergen.com.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
Are you traveling? Working a little bit too much? Is your fur baby starting to get a little shaggy? Let Dirty Paws be your one-stop shop for all of your pet care needs. Stop in and see us at 202 18th Street or give us a call at 304-639-7754. Schedule your appointments for dog grooming, doggy daycare, and dog boarding today.
Attorney Tom McIntyre.
Life. It may knock you down, but you don't have to stay that way. I'm Tom McIntyre. I'm a bankruptcy attorney, and I'm here to help you. Give us a call, and we'll send you a copy of my free book, When Bad Things Happen to Good People. It's an interesting read, and it'll explain bankruptcy to you like no other book does. Give us a call. We're here to help.
Call Thomas E. McIntyre and Associates at 304-232-8600. allow us to help put you back on the road to financial success.
Whether you look forward to working on your outdoor space or for what comes after, battery power made by Steel has the outdoor tools to get you there. From the reliable power of our chainsaws and mowers to the quiet performance of our blowers and trimmers, enjoy more of the sounds of fall with the AK Homeowner series of battery tools starting at $199.99. Real Steel. Find yours at steeldealers.com. All prices MSRP. Available participating dealers while supplies last. Maybe you love the smell of freshly cut grass. Maybe you love the aroma of steaks on the grill. Steel has the outdoor power equipment to get you there. From the dependable performance of our leaf blowers to the legendary power of our chainsaws. Find your perfect backyard with outdoor power tools starting at just $139.99. Real Steel. Find yours at over 10,000 local dealers and at steeldealers.com. All prices MSRP. Available participating dealers while supplies last.
Thanks, Howard Monroe. Coming up tomorrow on the Watchdog Morning Show, the legislature in West Virginia may wrap up their redistricting and vaccine mandate exemptions bill today. We'll take a look at how that turns out tomorrow on the program. Our national correspondent Tom Squitieri and I will talk about the life and legacy of Colin Powell, who passed away from complications of COVID-19. And we'll talk about comfort techniques for cold and cozy wintry nights, plus a new Frozen story that's going to be showing up on Disney+. The Watchdog Morning Show begins at 7 right here.
Sometimes I don't know why, but this old town just seems so hopeless. I ain't really sure, but it seems I remember the good times with just a little bit more in focus. But when she puts her arms around me, I can somehow rise above it. Yeah, man, when I got that little girl standing right by my side, you know, I can tell the whole wide world that, Shelly, hey, here comes my girl. Here comes my girl.
So after you visit Fort Wayne, are you going to watch your celebration?
Oh, on the banner on Saturday night. Yeah.
Will you watch it? The Penguin players were not on the ice or anything. They stayed in their locker room for Tampa.
So, well, I mean, I don't know if I have much of a choice because I'm going to be in the arena. So it's not like I can just do something else during it.
Well, yeah, you can. You get a police escort down there.
I don't know what Derek's plan is for the guys yet. I think he at least wants to see it. So
Yeah, I would want to see it. A little bit of incentive. Hey,
Yeah.
we can do this.
when we lost the finals in Allen, I did not watch the cup presentation because I did not want to see that, because it was against us. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see. We may poke around with them a little bit because they did a jersey retirement a few years ago, and they hung the banner upside down. So we may poke a little fun at them and say, hey, just make sure you hang the banner right side up.
You know, the Penguins with 5 Stanley Cup championships has never won at home.
I know. It's the weirdest thing.
Minnesota, Chicago, Detroit, San Jose. What's the other one?
Nashville.
Nashville. Yeah. That's weird, huh?
A little bit goofy.
You know, their dude is, well, I don't know when next time they're going to play. Who knows? It's a flip of a coin.
Yeah, we're diving right into it. And it's a quick turnaround, too, because we go there Saturday, Fort Wayne, and then the following week we'll just be here Monday, and then we get back on the bus next Monday night at midnight and make our way to Iowa. Not Field of Dreams trip, Iowa, but still going to Iowa. And then
scared me there. Did I miss an Iowa trip?
Then on to Kansas City, and then on to Wichita.
What's Iowa's nickname? What are they?
The Heartlanders.
The Heartlanders.
Yes.
What kind of logo is that? Picture of a heart?
It's a deer.
Oh. They have a deer on their helmets?
They have a deer on the jersey, yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
I'm excited for that trip. Everything I've heard is very exciting. I guess they had
What city's in it? Iowa City?
Coralville. It's right near Iowa City, which has had a
Coralville?
lot of buzz because the Hawkeyes are very good. but they
Yeah.
lost this week to
Yeah.
Purdue.
So much when I said, "Oh, watch that team." Yeah.
There are some unknowns that are in the top now. Like Iowa was there for a week, and now Cincinnati's number
yeah.
2.
Cincinnati used to be really
like
bad.
what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Where
Oh,
did this
yeah.
come from?
Oh, yeah. And you knew Alabama, after they beat Mississippi State or whatever, a lot of people thought, well, Mississippi State at home, they could be dangerous. That's a trap game. No. I don't know the last time I saw Alabama lose 2 in a row.
Yeah, my fiance is a big Ohio State fan, and actually one of her colleagues is a relative of the kicker for Ohio State. So even more of a reason for them to root for the Buckeyes. And I was like, yeah, Cincinnati's number 2. And she's like, what? And I'm like, I know.
Yeah, Ohio State
Where did
still
this
could be
come
in the
from?
playoffs. You know, Cincinnati could lose.
Right.
You know what? Oklahoma could lose.
Yeah.
Ohio State plays it out. They only had that one loss. Who knows? Well,
But I'm excited to see what I've never been to either of those 3 states. I've never been to Iowa, I've never been to Missouri, and I've never been to Kansas. So here we go.
What are you going to do in Iowa, by the way? What do they usually do when
I don't know, but everything's brand new downtown. New rink, new hotel, which is connected. I guess there's a bunch of restaurants. So
What's the name of the city?
Coralville.
Coralville.
Yes.
Okay, where the Field of Dreams. What city is that?
Oh, son of a gun! I can't even remember.
Son
where
of a
that
gun,
one is.
Iowa. I never heard of that.
I know. It's like what's the movie? Mr. Deeds, Winchester, Field Billions.
I
or
don't know.
whatever?
I thought you might know. I don't know. I should know, but I don't know. Maybe I don't care, but I'm looking forward to that trip.
Where on earth is it? Dyersville.
Dyersville. That sounds like a community of about 500.
Yeah, seriously.
Probably like Claysville. You ever been to Claysville?
I've not.
Okay, you're not missing anything.
Okay.
Although there's a good mom and pop restaurant on Main Street. $5 you can eat like a pig, DJ. You like pancakes, omelets?
Very good.
Okay, all right. So you start on the road, then you come back, and then you go back again on the road.
Right.
Okay.
So we'll see what we do this weekend, Saturday for the big opener. Hopefully we'll spoil their banner raising. And then obviously, I think we talked about it. I think the goal, if you can get a couple of wins out of the first 4, I think that would be the target to come back home with. And then hit the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, okay. Get off to that good start.
Yeah.
Okay. Or Army might have to join the Navy.
Oh, it was interesting this weekend. You and I were talking off the air, too, where we were supposed to play Fort Wayne for a couple preseason. And
that didn't work out, did it?
No, well, the official wording is ECHL health and safety protocols, but their beat writer did us a favor and said, yeah, Fort Wayne had a positive case, so that's why. In the season, I think you would have played it, like especially where teams are at a certain
Was it a player?
Yeah.
Or somebody on the staff? Okay.
Player. Like, if a team's at a certain vaccination rate, then it's like, okay, well, you just isolate the guy that has it and proceed as usual. So I think that was just, not wanting to mess up the opener coming up this weekend, honestly.
Okay.
But it was nice. The season ticket holders came, and we opened it free to anybody, and we scrimmaged ourselves.
Did you deliver the season tickets to the people? Like
That's
Penguins?
coming up this week.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I got.
Did I catch you off guard? I'm
I
sorry.
have my list right here, actually.
Okay.
So yes, that is on the
players
agenda.
are going to hand deliver the season tickets to them.
Yes, we've selected some of our fans. We've told them that we are coming. We have not told them who is coming, but we have told them that we are coming.
What if a few of them are in Cleveland? You going to go to Cleveland? And
Not
give
going
them-
that far.
Okay. How about Washington, PA? You got a lot of Naylor fans.
Well, we may. You never know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil who gets all what, but yes, that's
The girl who has season tickets to the Nailers.
Lauren.
Yeah, make sure you go visit her.
Okay. Yeah, we have that going on this week. We're going to do a corporate run on Thursday, I believe.
A what run?
Corporate, so some of our corporate partners, the ones that pay a lot of money to get their logos on the ice and the dashers and all that, and give them a hello. And then also Thursday at the Highland Sports Complex, the United Way is putting on the Halloween Spooktacular. So it is a trick-or-treat for the kids from 5 to 8, and I have players who will be handing out Halloween candy.
Are you going dressed up as a hockey puck?
That would be fun. Actually, one of the players, so I was picking all the guys today before I came up here, and I asked the guys to do it, and one of them says, hey, can we dress up for it? I'm like, well, I was going to have you in your jersey, but if you want to wear a costume too, then by all means, have at it. So.
Yeah. But I'm sure the fans there don't want to see hockey players in a costume. They want to see the players, right?
Right, I think so. But.
Okay. Is that an autograph session too?
Well, we're just part of this event, so they're doing the trick or treat, and we have a table.
Do they have an ice rink up there?
They do not.
That'll be next.
They have soccer. They have soccer/football. They have indoors and outdoors, and then they have a bunch of basketball and volleyball courts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been up there when they were still putting it all together. and I'm
Rock
saying,
climbing wall, arcade. Yep.
Yeah. 100-yard football field.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
2 of them, I think.
Yeah. The one can seat about
Like I said,
2,000.
indoor and outdoor.
Batting cages.
Yep.
I like the toy land there. You know, you climb on the thing and all.
You like the rock climbing walls?
Yeah, I can only go
Really?
about 10 feet. That's about all I can go. Then,
Okay.
then if I look down, I fall off. But if you have to take your kids there, believe me, they'll have fun.
I think WKKX needs to take some Facebook Live and get you on the rock climbing walls.
Yeah, what if I fall down and break my neck?
Well, you get the rope, so you're okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. No, I don't think so.
No, not your
But
speed.
folks, if you haven't been there, I think they give tours. Call up there, you know.
It's a really, really nice place.
Yeah, the guy that puts it all together, I know him through the Wild Things. He was one of the visiting announcers.
Oh, really?
I think from Kalamazoo.
Oh, yeah. I did know that.
Yeah, he's part of that St. Louis
Stupid
group.
me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, so. You know, a long time ago, it was supposed to be a water park, a baseball field. I don't know what happened to that. I have no idea. But this facility is unbelievable. If I was really young, I'd probably be there every day.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's something to do.
Right.
They got so many hoops and stuff, you know. Something for every member of the family. They don't have indoor golf yet, do they?
Not yet.
That's next. Miniature golf.
But they have there's an indoor golf right around the corner. 4 Seasons there, Zambito.
Oh, that's right. So when is this with the players and Halloween?
Thursday, 5 to 8.
This Thursday.
Yes.
Okay.
At the Highlands.
Okay.
Like I said, there's multiple. It's not just the Nailers thing. It's everybody doing a Halloween thing.
Okay, that's good. Now we should go up there and dress up for Halloween, Lola and I. Yeah.
There you go.
What will we dress up as?
I mean, you got to start with your USA hockey jersey on. So.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, what was the movie? Friday the 13th.
Oh yeah.
With the hockey mask.
Here you go.
Was it Friday the 13th?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I could go
with
up there
the Jason mask.
Yeah, and an axe, a rubber axe. You know what I mean?
Yes,
No,
of course.
No, I don't want to scare the kids. That first one or the second one, or maybe it was the third one. There's like Friday the 13th, 8 coming up. There's another Halloween coming out. Halloween Falls or something, where a whole town goes after, or whatever his name was, I forgot. Which one was Jason, Lola? Was Jason Friday the 13th?
I think, and Halloween is Michael Myers.
Michael Myers, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I worked for a Michael Myers at a station in Pittsburgh. He was creepy too, but boy, could he sell.
Hey,
you know?
that's what you need, right?
Oh yeah, he was always getting all kinds of plaques and raises in the boss's parking lot. Once I got the parking lot right for being named AP Sportscast of the Month or something, I got fired like 2 days later. Didn't enjoy the parking lot.
Oh boy.
But that's the breaks. That's the break. You've never been fired, have you?
Knock on wood.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I don't plan on it either.
no. But I don't want to see you here for 10 more years. You know what I mean?
Right.
You deserve to move up. All your buddies you drop names are working everywhere.
Oh, I know, and I didn't. Well,
Wilkes-Barre, you know. You got a guy in the NHL. I know him too.
Actually, I had a guy with Chicago the other night because Pat Foley, the TV broadcaster of the Blackhawks, is retiring at the. I think he may have retired.
He's
but
been there a while, right?
They're making the transition, so they put their radio guy on TV now, and so they're having a bunch of other guys fill in on radio. So my buddy Joseph Zakcheski, I won't ask you to spell that. We'll just call him Joey Z because that's his nickname.
Joey Jock. How do you know him?
He was in South Carolina.
Okay.
And
so another guy moving up.
He is now the Rockford guy in the AHL, and that's the affiliate, so they're having him be one of the guys that hops in. So he did the game Saturday in Pittsburgh, which, had I planned that out in advance, I probably would have gone. I had it perfectly. Like the fact that we had game Saturday, if I had thought about it, I would have, I have Joey Z in Pittsburgh with Chicago, and then if Everett didn't have COVID, I would have had Seattle in Columbus. I would have been like, well, that's great.
You could have gone to Columbus, huh?
Yeah, I could have.
Yeah, all right. You ever been in that arena?
Yes, I have.
I hear it's pretty nice.
It's solid.
Yeah.
It's a good environment.
It's right next to the Buckeye Stadium?
No.
No?
A few exits down the road.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know how you'd like Columbus, though, because they have the cannon.
What do you mean the cannon?
When they score, they shoot off the cannon, and it's louder than heck.
Oh, that can't be as bad as going to a West Virginia basketball game and the Mountaineer shoots off the gun, the rifle. Because he used to do it by our broadcast booth. Maybe it's because we were with the pit people,
That's a musket.
Musket, yeah.
This is a cannon.
That'd be even louder.
Correct.
Indoors.
Yes.
Oh, I don't want to be near that thing.
We're gonna compare equipment here.
Yeah.
Little handheld musket, full-fledged war cannon. Boom.
Don't make fun of me because I'll have Jay Caulfield here for more than you can think about. He's supposed to join us tomorrow if he's not golfing.
There you go.
I said, text him. What if it's windy tomorrow? Whoa, that's good for a golf game. All right, whatever. It'll be Mike Lang Day tomorrow.
Well, and I don't know if I'm supposed to tell this or not, but the speaker for the cannon is up at the top. The noise doesn't actually come out of the cannon, otherwise people around it would be deaf. But that's beside the point. Because I got told that fun little secret.
Yeah, I'll never forget all those trips to Morgantown with the guy. You know, come to think of it, I think that was intentional that he would blast that thing next to our booth. Why didn't he go across the way to West Virginia's booth, right?
Right.
Yeah. I miss those days.
I remember we used to, when I first started here, we used to have the visiting radio guy like right under our horn.
Oh, was that nice?
That's nice. That's what but now they're on.
How about when you're on the road? How do they treat the visiting broadcaster?
Pretty good.
Okay.
My color guy's actually traveling with us this week. So.
Who's your color guy?
Isaac Basinger.
Never heard of him.
Senior at West Liberty.
Any relation to Kim Basinger?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you'd fix me up or whatever.
I try sometimes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I think I've asked you this before, but now that you've made your rounds in the arenas, who has the best press box food?
press box.
Because I know
food.
you like to try everything.
I mean, Toledo does a pretty good job.
It's not box lunches, is it?
No. They cater it right out of the arena, which is nice.
Yeah, a lot of the Steeler
Their potato soup is the best.
Yeah, a lot of the Steeler media guys were complaining about, they gave us box lunches. I think these sandwiches were here for the last home game. I didn't want to tell them.
I don't eat it a lot though, because obviously my job requires me to talk. So, eating kind of makes that a little bit of a challenging scenario. I like going around the towns. Like that's what I'm looking forward to next week. Like, I'll be in Fort Wayne on Saturday, and there's a sandwich shop I like in Fort Wayne, and there's a pizza place I like in Fort Wayne. So I could go to A or B on that scenario.
Have you scouted out Iowa yet?
No, that's what I'm excited about. Iowa, Kansas City. I'm figuring there's got to be Kansas City barbecue or something, right?
Oh, there's a great steak shop. I don't know what your per diem is, but you might have to rob a bank.
And then I don't know what's in Wichita, but let's see.
You know what's in Wichita? A lineman.
Airplanes, I know that.
Wichita Lineman by Glenn Campbell. You remember it?
No.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're not into that history stuff. Okay. Yeah. You like those bus trips, don't you?
They're not bad. It's going to be a long one getting back, though. Yeah. If you Google map, I was talking about that with the equipment manager today, because we're kind of mapping out everything and how we're going from place to place and when we're going to arrive places. And he's like, how far is Wichita? I'm like, well, if you Google map it, it's 14 and a half. So factor in a driver change and at least one or two gas stops. You're probably getting close to 15, 16. And then you figure we're going to have to...
You mean you switch drivers?
Yes.
Okay.
Because they can't go more than 10 in a shot.
Oh, okay. I never knew that. See,
so 14 and a half is not possible.
What's the longest trip?
That one.
Okay. So you want to get it out of the way?
Yes. And you figure with that, too, like we're playing at 8 Eastern because we're in the Central Time Zone. So we're not going to get out of there till 11. So you're going to have to stop for breakfast and lunch as you putz your way back here. So we're probably not going to get back until 6 in the afternoon that day.
Are your games streamed?
Yes.
All of them?
Yes.
Home and away? Okay.
Yes.
How do we get that?
Flow Hockey, FLO.
Hold on. Hockey.
.tv.
It's free, right?
No.
Oh, let me scratch that out.
But
can you give me a free subscription?
If you pay for it, you get a whole bunch of other stuff too. Like you get our whole league. I think the AHL is going to be on Flow this year too, which is great. Then there's also some NCAA conferences that are on Flow as well.
Yeah. We always give it's like West Virginia's picked, 5th in the basketball conference. Kansas, of course, number 1. You have the AP and the coaches poll, and Georgia's number 1 there. You have a poll for ECHL?
No.
None?
We just go.
You just go?
It's too hard to predict because you don't know who teams are going to get from affiliates. And
there's changes all the time.
Of course.
That's why you can't hope for a lot of injuries on the Penguins team, because they call up Wilkes-Barre. Then when Wilkes-Barre gives a player or two to the Penguins, they call you up, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That 1 year, you
well,
must
I just got a text that there's more coming, so that's good news.
More players coming?
Yeah.
That's all you need, right?
That's probably why Derek's not here at the moment. I'm going to guess is because we're getting players.
Yeah, tell him he's been suspended for a month, okay? What if a player doesn't show up on time for practice? What does he do?
Well, that depends on what the reasoning is.
Okay.
Usually there's a
failure
fine.
to make the trip to the studios. That's what we're going to suspend him
Okay.
for. I'm going to hit him hard, too, when he's here next time.
I know I know they were doing a captain's thing today where they were just actually picking who was going to be the captain.
Yeah.
Figure that's a good time to do it since we're doing headshots tomorrow. So
Yeah.
whoever the captain is can have the C on the jersey for the picture.
And what about the A?
And those as well, yes.
Yeah, okay. Players picked. I always thought the coaches picked that.
Depends on the year. Derek's having them vote on it. So
You like that idea?
sure.
Yeah,
Why not?
the players know who their leader is. Yeah, that's good.
I like it.
All right.
And then yeah, like I said, and then I guess we're getting transactions. So yeehaw!
Yeah. Well, make sure you text me if there's
Perfect.
anybody important. You know.
We're rolling now.
Yeah, we're rock and roll. It's that time of year. When's the first home game again? So we can.
November 6th.
That's a long way off. November 6th. That's a Saturday.
That is a Saturday. Against the mighty Fort Waynians.
What are they called?
Oh, the Comets.
Oh, okay.
We have a lot of, in case you didn't get your fill last year, we have a lot of Fort Wayne and Indy at home earlier in the year, but that's all right. And then Cincinnati comes in
The
early
biggest
too.
promotional night. Can you tell us?
Ooh,
was that a
I
big
would
secret?
say no.
Top two.
No, not
Top
really.
two. Hurry
It's
up,
a
you
tough.
got a
Well,
minute.
okay, the top two are going to be Elf Night and Penguins Night.
Elf Night.
Yeah, like the movie Will Ferrell. We're not getting Will Ferrell, but
You
yeah,
can't afford Will Ferrell?
probably not.
How about William DeFabio?
There you go.
No, I know. What was the second one? Elf?
Penguins Night's always a big one.
You gonna have former Penguins there?
Working on it,
Okay.
and we're also working on Alumni Night as well
Okay, that ought to be fun too, huh?
for the 30th. Yes,
Fun on the ice.
that's it.
Hopefully nothing happens to the ice. Knock on wood. Of course, I'm the one who predicted overtime yesterday at the Steeler game.
Attaboy, Bill.
Yeah, watch something happen to the ice, you can blame me, huh?
That's the nice thing about our sport is it's 7 minutes and it's done. Like you don't have to worry about like when you see it in baseball, like this is a quick game and you're in for a 4-hour marathon. Like
How about when Houston brought in that pitcher instead of working out in the bullpen, he's standing on the mound. Meanwhile, the Boston Red Sox hitters are watching all of his moves. You know?
Right.
That was like 18 minutes.
I know.
Okay. All right. Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Tell Army I'm no longer his friend.
Perfect. I can do that.
I'm just kidding. All right. Coming up next, by the way, maybe I'll learn something. Sweat harder, breathe longer, laugh louder. Laura Hitchman will be here. Talk about yoga. Should be interesting. Maybe I'll learn something. She's been on the air before. All right? We'll be right back with hour number 3 on The Variety Show.
Seems I remember the good times with just a little bit more in focus. But when she puts her arms around me, I can somehow rise above it. Yeah, man, when I got that little girl standing right by my side, you know I can tell the whole wide world, Shelly, hey, here comes my girl. Here comes my girl. Yeah, she looks so.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
From ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. The flag over the White House lowered to half staff following the announcement today from his family that former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and Secretary of State Colin Powell has died. President Biden today calling Powell a trailblazer and a patriot of unmatched honor and dignity. Powell advised 4 presidents. Secretary of State Antony Blinken recalling,
He believed deeply that America was an exceptional nation, that we could and should lead with confidence and humility, and that the world was safer when the United States was engaged and its allies and partners were united.
Powell was fully vaccinated but suffered from a blood cancer that lowers immunity in fighting infections like COVID-19. In a Brunswick, Georgia courthouse.
Good afternoon.
Jury selection underway in the trial of 3 white men charged in the death of Ahmaud Arbery, a 25-year-old black man that prosecutors allege was, quote, hunted down and ultimately executed when he was mistaken for a burglary suspect. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump, speaking outside the courthouse, says,
very focused on getting justice because you cannot lynch a black man in America in 2021.
The January 6th committee expected to hold former President Trump aide Steve Bannon in criminal contempt This after Bannon refused to comply with a subpoena to provide testimony and any communications he might have had with Trump in the days surrounding the insurrection.
The optics of the situation may also now be complicated by comments from President Biden, who said on Friday that the DOJ should prosecute those who defy subpoenas to testify before the special committee. A DOJ spokesperson said the department, quote, will make its own independent decisions in all prosecutions based solely on the facts and the law. Catherine Falders, ABC News, Washington.
U.S. officials working with authorities in Haiti to secure the release of 12 adults and 5 children kidnapped by a gang. They were working with an Ohio-based missionary group when they were abducted. You're listening to ABC News.
Exam 4 needs to be sanitized.
Mersana's MRI clinic isn't operating at max efficiency. She needs a new certified tech certifiably now.
Someone's waiting in room 2 for an ACL scan. Can you handle that?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Still looking for that one special voice that makes you fall in love with podcasts? The one is out there and free on Spotify. With over 2 million shows and today's most talked about podcasts, Spotify is the best place to find that one special show that makes you laugh, keeps you interested, and keeps you listening for more. Whatever you're into, get way more into it with a podcast. Find the one you've been listening for right now, free on Spotify.
It might not be a quick or easy fix to get global supply chain issues back on track. ABC's Kaylee Hartung says some companies are reporting delays throughout their manufacturing and shipping networks.
Big retail CEOs are now saying they could run out of some of their best-selling items weeks before the holidays. And the CEO of the toy maker Basic Fun, he says the Tonka trucks and Care Bears that his company makes, they are stuck in ports, on railways across the Midwest, and on trucks on the highways.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg said the supply chain issues could continue into next year. Even though colder weather is upon us, one study out of Texas suggests that the warmer months will be hotter more often.
The phenomenon is not unique to Texas, but it's especially pronounced here. In fact,
all the weather you hate is going to get more frequent.
Andrew Dressler is an atmospheric sciences professor at Texas A&M University.
Nobody likes days above 100, and that's going to get a lot more frequent.
An A&M study suggests that the number of annual 100-degree days in Texas will double by 2036. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
California is recording its driest year in nearly a century. According to data from the Western Regional Climate Center, just 11.8 inches of rain and snow fell in the state, which is about half of the average. The last time it was this dry in California was in 1924. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 57 points. This is ABC News.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents.
And Doug. Don't you just love the smell of old books? Shh, this is a library. Sorry, ma'am. We're looking for a book titled Liberty Mutual Customizes Your Car Insurance so you only pay for what you need. I don't think we carry that, but check nonfiction. He really does devour literature. Please leave. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Dave Packer, ABC News.
While COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations in Ohio are lower compared to last month, some areas of the state continue to see very high rates of infection. ONN's Dave James reports.
The state health department says there were just over 500 coronavirus cases per 100,000 people over the past 2 weeks. In July, that number was less than 50. 5 counties currently have more than 1,000 cases per 100,000 people: Guernsey, Coshocton, Muskingum, Gallia, and Jackson. The 2 counties with the lowest rates are Holmes and Delaware, both just over 300. Holmes has the state's lowest vaccination rate, and Delaware has the highest. Dave James, ONN News.
And the Republican Speaker of the Ohio House has publicly rebuked a fellow GOP lawmaker over that lawmaker's attempts to push a hardline anti-vaccination bill against the Speaker's wishes. ONN's Angela Ann has the details.
At issue is a now defunct bill that would have banned employers from requiring that workers receive vaccines of any kind, including for illnesses such as the flu. Despite the bill's demise from lack of support, last week Health Committee Chairman Scott Lips of Franklin, near Middletown, announced an additional hearing on it for this week in apparent defiance of the Speaker. Just a few hours later, Cupp ordered Lips to cancel that hearing. Angela Ann, ONN News.
For a look at state news anytime, visit ONNradio.com. I'm Daniel Barnett on the Ohio News Network.
Thank you for riding with the Watchdog. Live and local, just the way you like it.
Wheeling Coin and Hobby on 10th Street in Wheeling, next to the Bridge Tavern in downtown Wheeling, wants to buy any and all unwanted gold and silver jewelry. They are paying top dollar for 10, 14, 18, and 22 karat gold, plus 925 sterling silver. They also want to buy collectible coins and paper money from before 1933. Wheeling Coin and Hobby is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Saturday. Coin and Hobby, 304-232-8430, and add them on Facebook.
CA House Music has all the gear to make your music legendary. With all the best gear, including Fender, Epiphone, Yamaha, and more, CA House will have you rocking in no time. Get the most for your money with everyday low prices. And we meet or beat internet pricing. Play before you buy and let our product specialists help you pick out the instrument that's right for you. CA House Music, supporting local musicians since 1872. Play music for life.
Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection. Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim.
Hello, everyone, from the Watchdog. I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster, with a look at your local weather forecast for your start to the work week. Plenty of sunshine as we go out the door, a daytime high near 64. As we look through the overnight, clear and cool with a low near 40. Mostly sunny skies for your Tuesday with highs in the upper 60s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
Now it's time for Bill DeFabio on AM 1600 WKKX, the Watchdog.
The rooms were so much colder then. My father was a soldier then, and times were very hard when I was young. When I was young. I smoked my first cigar.
Before I get to my next guest, what's great with all the jobs I have, I still meet people, I still network. Listen to this story, Lola. Growing up, do you remember Candid Camera?
Yeah.
You remember the city policeman that was directing traffic? He almost lost his job. They wanted to fire him. Guess who I worked with last night? His son.
Oh.
I couldn't believe it. I looked at the name. I said, why does that name sound familiar? He said, my dad was the policeman in Candid Camera. And I said, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
6 degrees of separation.
What's that?
Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon. It was a running joke for many years where it seemed like everybody was in 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon somehow.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's too hard for me to explain.
Yeah, all right. And then I also met at a restaurant in Pittsburgh on top of Mount Washington. A friend of mine owed me a dinner because I got him on a football bet. He said, I'm buying any place you want to go. We had to go to Lamont. And I meet a guy there. He's an older looking guy. I looked at this guy, he looked at me, and I said, do I know you? And he said, well, we used to talk about Night of the Living Dead. And it was Johnny Unitas' brother, okay, cousin, I'm sorry. And I'd just been with Joe. Well, here he grew a beard and everything, and I didn't recognize him. And so we talked about Night of the Living Dead, and I hope to have him on. And also John Russo, who was a zombie that got an axe to the head. And then he was one of the good guys. He played a policeman that was killing the zombies. Back then, when they made a movie in 1968, they really didn't have a whole lot of money, and everybody had to play zombies or the police or whatever. So it's amazing. I bet this young lady, who I'm going to introduce, I like her slogan, sweat harder, breathe longer, laugh louder. I only represent one of those. Breathe longer.
Breathe longer.
I don't sweat a lot. Sweat
You don't
a lot.
sweet?
Sweet. Sweat. I don't laugh much because, I'm always on a rant the way the things are going in this country, and I try to be positive.
Yeah.
Somebody once told me it's easy to say, I love you. It's easy to say, I hate you than I love you, But I love that you're being on the show.
Thank you.
But
Thanks
I don't
for
know
having
much
me.
about yoga.
Yeah, you want me to teach you?
Well, you think I need it?
Absolutely.
Look at me. I'm a beat up, I'm going to be 70 soon, okay? I'm probably aging because of her over there. She drives me nuts. So how can yoga help this old guy that's beat up?
By breathing.
Well, I'm breathing now.
Yeah, more guided breathing.
Guided breathing. Okay,
Yeah,
let's start
guided
from
breathing.
the beginning, your roots. How did you get started with this?
Oh,
And let me
gosh.
introduce Laura Hitchman, okay?
Yes.
It should be Pitchman because you're going to be pitching your company. You like
Oh,
that
yeah.
segue?
There you go.
Okay. When did you start this business?
So I opened my business 3 years ago this November 18th, actually.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. It's called Power Yoga?
It's called OV Power Yoga.
Okay.
Yep.
That's an OV?
Yep, Ohio Valley.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that? And I got to tell people I met you, speaking and networking. I'm at the restaurant across the street from the restaurant I work at. What's it called? Public Market?
Yep.
Okay. And I've gone in there to buy oranges and fruit and stuff because it's all good for you. I said, I got to try this coffee. I'm going to try a breakfast sandwich. And like everything was great. So I look to my left and I see Laura taking pictures of people. So I'm wondering, does she work for a TV station, a newspaper, the Wheeling magazine? So you know me, being a reporter, I had to come over and go, what's going on? And that's how we met.
Yep.
And then she tells me she was on this radio station. Well,
Yes.
if it's not Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I don't pay attention to anything. All right?
Well,
'Cause
today
that's-
is Monday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you were on a Wednesday with the girls,
I was on
right?
a Wednesday.
Yeah, you were on with the girls.
Yeah.
Okay. And I said, wow, can I, and she was telling me, I said, how would you like to come on the variety show? And she said, we could make that work. So here she is. And, all right, yoga is provided by her. 5-course tasting menu by Chef Ryan Butler. That's the chef down there, right?
Yep.
So the food must be good.
The food's amazing. Do you know much about how they source their food there?
I know nothing, but you're going to tell me.
Yeah, I will. So this event, Move to Munch, which is Saturday, right, is a partnership between my business, the public market, and then Renee Storm, who's a wine consultant for a company out of Texas that sells clean crafted wines. And the public market, to get back to the food part, they are sourcing a lot of their food locally from either greenhouses that they operate, urban farms. So they've got all kinds of stuff around Wheeling where they're growing their own produce, and then they're sourcing their meats and other items from local purveyors, essentially. So that provides them with the food that they're cooking in their kitchen, and they're affiliated with Grow Ohio Valley.
Okay, that's interesting. So everything's local.
Everything's, I think, I would say more regional, if I'm
Regional, okay,
speaking
that's
to
a
that
good- yeah.
correctly. Ryan is definitely better at that, but he couldn't be here today. So, yeah, regionally, locally, and then some of it they produce themselves in their greenhouses and agrarian farms around the area.
Is that a picture of, looks like shrimp and
No,
linguine?
actually, there's no shrimp in that. It's an Asian noodle dish with kimchi and fresh
Kimchi?
vegetables. Yeah.
I never heard of them.
Kimchi?
Yeah, kimchi.
You don't know what kimchi is?
No, Lola, you know what kimchi is? Yeah. Well, okay, I guess I'm an idiot. What is kimchi?
So kimchi, I believe, is a cabbage-based. It's almost like a slaw that is fermented, and they serve it like if you were to order sushi and they give you the pickled ginger. It's a similar kind of concept to that. So it has a little bite to it.
Wait a minute, I want to get you on Facebook. There we go. Okay.
Oh, fun.
Get my big head out of there. It looked like, I thought it was like shrimp and linguine or something.
No, but it is an Asian noodle. It's a rice noodle. They're long noodles. And that's one of my favorite things that Ryan does. It's always been, we've worked together in the past. And so I always really love those dishes.
So if I go down there, what do I ask for? Asian noodles?
We mean just any old day?
No, this meal, this plate here. It looks
Oh
good.
yeah, that's a special thing that he did. I don't know that he has that on the menu there, but yeah, you could try.
Well, I'll make a deal with him.
Yeah.
If he makes this specially for me, I'll put him on the air.
There you go.
That's a barter system, So you two work together.
Yeah, so we decided to come together to put this event together to give people more of an idea of kind of dipping into their five senses in a non-traditional way, right?
Okay. Now, this is October 23rd. That's this Saturday,
That's this Saturday evening at 6
And
o'clock.
what's going on?
So it's this event. So we're going to do yoga. So kind of the flow of the evening will be people will arrive. We'll kind of just casually get set up. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the public market in Ohio Valley. And it's really to kind of expose their space, get some people in the door there, as well as to have a good time and enjoy ourselves. But we'll start with yoga. And that'll be an hour-long class. And we'll do the physical work as well as the breath work and the movement. And then following that, we'll probably do a little bit of wine, and we'll start the kind of the 5-course tasting menu. And people have access to shop and to learn about the public market and how they can be more involved.
Is there a charge for this?
Yes.
How much?
It's
You got-
$65.
Okay. What does that include?
It includes the whole evening. So everything I just detailed.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this the first year of it? You're doing this? Or have you done it before?
No, this is the very first time we've ever done it. So it's kind of
Okay.
a cool event. I mean, nothing like this has ever really been done in Wheeling. And so we're really trying to reach out, branch out, get people into their space and seeing the space in a different way, to understand that it can be used in multiple different functions.
What was that thing I didn't understand that Lola had? What was the name of it?
That little, kimchi.
Okay, what's kimchi taste like, Lola?
It's basically, it's pickled cabbage.
Yeah.
But they ferment it. If you get it in Korea, they ferment it in clay jars that they bury under the ground. And then when it's fermented enough, it comes out. And it's a spicy coleslaw kind of.
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
It's like a vinegar spice.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
not like a heat spice, but like a bite.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's
really
smiling. You enjoyed it, Lola?
Yeah, I like
Okay.
kimchi.
Well, you eat it with things that are like, rice or vegetables or,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
don't just eat it out of the jar.
Good.
Yeah, you could.
Very good for your gut, right?
Your sinuses will get really clear really quick.
Yeah, it's the same kind of idea as as a health benefit as sauerkraut.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that?
Sauerkraut.
Do you?
Can I eat that with a cheeseburger?
I mean, you can put it on whatever you
I
want.
think they do in some restaurants.
Yeah,
You can get.
Probably be good because it's like
Yeah.
rich and then the kind of tangy.
Is it healthy for me?
Oh yeah, it's
I
great
don't want
for
it.
you.
I don't want it. Yeah, just no, I'm kidding. I'll have it with some dip and chip. How's that?
With a side of yoga.
Yeah. Okay, Lola, I'll have to try it. I made note of it, so I'll have to. And they sell it right down there.
I don't know if he sells it like you can just buy it, but he'll like make it on certain dishes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Ryan's got quite a talent for fusing different cultures and ethnicities in his cooking. So I really, really enjoy that kind of thing. I love Asian cuisine, so
Do you? Okay.
I do.
Yeah. I love Chinese food. Matter of fact, I think for my birthday we're going to Benihana.
Oh, fun.
Okay.
That's a restaurant I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah. They were closed for a while because of COVID. So
Yeah, I'm
we had
sure.
A lot of people. I already had to make my reservations too. So. I might have to end up paying for it. I paid for my Father's Day dinner. You know what I mean? For some reason, my kids didn't have their wallets or something.
That's
I'll pick up
interesting.
the tabs, guys. Okay. But I love the Japanese. I'm willing to try this. Matter of fact, I'm going to try it real soon so I can go tell the people on the air it was good. Even if it's not good, I won't say that. But if Lola likes it, I like it.
Yeah, there you go.
Because Lola would be very honest with me. I don't. It's got that spice. No. She had a big smile too. So what? You have wine with this too, right?
Yes, there's clean wines that are being
Whoa,
provided.
whoa, whoa! What's a clean wine?
What's a clean wine? Well, it's a wine that's not grown with pesticides and chemicals, and it goes through, it has much less of a processing method
Yeah.
to it. And what I learned from Renee Storm, who's the consultant that we pulled into this, to provide that wine is that not only is it being grown chemically free, but it's also hand-picked. The grapes are hand-picked instead of being picked by a machine. So they end up with better quality grapes. You don't get kind of the bad ones get thrown in there and things like that. So I guess it's also benefiting the environment and the economy a little bit more than, it's providing some jobs and things like that as well. So really kind of from all angles, we're bringing together a lot of stuff that's all around good for your whole body. I know.
I'm a bit too old about my body, yeah. I'm going to ask you the big question. Or maybe I'll wait. We're going to take a break soon. You can hang around?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
We'll make this I believe in information.
Okay.
Even if sometimes it's fake sports and news. You know what I mean? Because I don't watch news anymore. I don't like watching sports anymore because it's all crazy. But when it comes to food and good times and local, we like to be here. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
me
get these
too.
questions asked by the girls on that Wednesday?
Yeah, we talked about all kinds of stuff.
Well, I know girls
Yeah.
can talk about everything.
Yeah.
But,
Ryan was with me last week, so we talked a little
yeah,
bit
we
more.
got to have
in
him
depth.
on.
Yeah.
Chef Ryan, right?
Chef Ryan Butler, yeah.
Yeah. Where'd he go to school? Do you know?
I believe he graduated from Northern.
Northern, okay.
Yeah, their culinary program.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Yeah, okay.
I might be misquoting, but I'm pretty sure about that.
Yeah, okay. How long has he been a chef? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay,
I
that's
mean,
your
I think
assignment.
we're similar age here.
We don't
so,
talk ages here.
So
No age here,
probably-
Laura.
Probably quite some time. He's been around Wheeling for a while.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Laura Hitchman is with us, owner, and she's the head. You say it.
Yogini.
Yeah. Yeah, I call it Yogini or whatever it was. Maybe that's Yakagani, like the river?
No.
Okay. Yogini. Does that mean, what's that mean?
So in yoga, you have two terms: yogi to refer to
Yogi? Like Yogi Berra?
Yes, like Yogi Bear. Yogi.
Hold it, I'm writing this stuff down. Okay, yogi.
Refers to a man that practices yoga, and yogini refers to a female that practices yoga.
Oh.
Yeah. It's just a little humor on my end there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Where do you teach this, by the way?
My studio is in Elm Grove,
Okay.
2210 National Road. They're across from West Banco and the Board of Education.
Okay. All right. You want to give out a number?
We actually refer people to our website and then to email us. So if you need to get in
I
contact.
like calling people.
Yeah,
What's wrong with calling people, Laura?
Because I'm one person and I have a lot going on, so I don't always get the phone calls. So
Okay, you want me to read it or are you going to read it?
I can say it. That's
Okay.
fine. So you can visit us at ovpoweryoga.com, and if you have any questions or things that you want to find out about what we do, you can email us at ovpoweryoga@gmail.com.
Okay. I try to memorize that, so I'll just have to keep this card in front of me. All right, that's cool. And you're the owner? How many people we have working for you, if I can ask?
We have 4 teachers.
4?
Mhm.
Okay.
And then we've got like a crew of people that, for exchange for classes, each week they come in and clean the studio. So all in all, the staff is about like 8 people.
Is this full-time for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, full-time running a business is definitely not a part-time job.
Well,
So,
I'm a syndicator and I can't spell that word.
want to try?
No, you want to embarrass me on my own show, huh?
Well, I don't
Lola
know.
does that enough times, yeah.
Smart lady.
Yeah. I'm an entrepreneur and I can't spell that. Can you spell entrepreneur?
Of course.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay. Well, let's see you do it. Come on.
ENTREU, Peneur, PENUER. Is that right?
Is that right, Lola?
Sounds good to me.
Close enough.
Oh, yeah.
I
Even
think
if
I
you
added an extra letter, but we're okay.
What's an extra U between friends?
That's right.
Wait a minute. You know her?
I do. I've been here. What? This is probably my 4th or 5th time
Yeah.
on
Oh,
the
yeah, I
show.
think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, you were here last week when I was here.
No, I was working mornings last week.
Oh, okay.
Getting up in the middle of the night, literally.
They were joking, saying you were still recovering from the bullfight
Nope.
on Saturday.
Yeah,
That is
that was
always
an experience.
I'm sorry I missed it.
Lola, I can never forget when you tried that whiskey, you gulped it down. You're supposed to sip it, don't you?
No, you just throw back a shot. That's how
Yeah.
you do whiskey.
Yeah, it was the company that sponsored the bull, whatever it was.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I
And-
got a T-shirt on.
Yeah. and who-
Hey, nice.
you tell her who paid for your T-shirts.
I didn't know you paid for them. Bill.
Yeah, I had to pay
just-
for 2 shots. You and Linda so you can get a T-shirt. You didn't know that?
No, know, Bill.
Yeah, and I take care of you, don't I?
Yes, Bill, you take care.
I need a pat on the back once in a while. I don't get it at home. I don't see my boys or anybody, so.
All right, let's take a break, unless you want to take it right down to the bottom of the hour.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do, young lady?
Up to you, whatever you guys need.
No, you're the guest.
We only have like 4 minutes to the bottom.
I have some questions. Let's go. Let's take a break. All right? We'll be back and talk about kimchi's, Asian noodles, and whatever stuff that's healthy for you. Yeah, you know me. I'm a greasy spoon. It looks like an old man, right? Don't answer that. We'll be right back. She's going to make me feel young.
Hi, it's Hoppy Kercheval inviting you to join me weekdays, 10 till noon for Statewide Talk Line. We talk about the big stories affecting us in West Virginia. We talk with top political figures, sports personalities, and sometimes just us folks talking, all offering our opinions on what's happening today. 10 till noon, right after the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard.
Dutch Boy Platinum Plus. It's only paint. It's only paint that comes in a twist and pour container. It's only paint that will transform your den with just one coat of salted lavender into a writer's sanctuary. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where you'll meet this guy.
Hey,
Who starred in that thing.
now that's a twist I didn't see coming.
Dutch Boy. It's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life paint. Only at Menards. Get 11% off everything, including Dutch Boy paint.
You want sports talk? We got the goods all night long. Tune into Sports Map Radio, evenings and overnights on FM 98.1, AM 1600. We are the Watchdog.
Millions plan for retirement online. Estimate your future benefits, apply for retirement, and manage your benefits all from the comfort of your home. And give yourself the freedom to do what you want offline. Social Security's online services help put you in control with secure access to your information anytime, anywhere, allowing you to spend more time with family, friends, or simply just enjoying the day. Social Security, securing today and tomorrow. See what you can do online at socialsecurity.gov.
Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 want to thank the owners and contractors of the Ohio Valley for using their locally trained workers to help build for the future. Local 83 helps design, fabricate, and build the gas infrastructure for the oil and gas industry here in the Ohio Valley. Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 is 300 members strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 at 304-233-4445.
Take a break at the bottom of the hour?
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
22 or something.
What I was telling you, I used to squish grapes. Wash my feet with my uncle, squish the grapes and made homemade wine.
That's very cool.
And we had, pardon me?
Cool.
And then we had a grocery store. And every Christmas, when you came in as a customer during the week, we gave you a bottle of wine.
Mm-hmm.
But my uncle would make you have a drink with him. Thank goodness most of the people lived near the store. You know what I mean? Because that was like pure wine,
Good stuff.
And I regret the day I gave all that stuff away, a grinder and all that stuff that comes with it. But that was fun. And I don't even think they do that. You buy the syrup now or whatever.
To make wine?
To make wine, yeah.
I don't know. I trust California to just make me my wine.
Yeah, California. What about Italy? What about
Italy
Germany?
Too.
Australia?
I like California Chardonnays, so I tend to...
Chardonnay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I like that.
You like wine with your food?
Of course.
Okay.
Or just by itself.
Or by itself. Relax, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But yeah, I love wine and I love good food. Although lately, I got to try some of this stuff down there. I was impressed with that egg sausage. I don't think that was a McMuffin. It was a special bread. I liked it.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
don't-
sure what it was, but
Yeah. And the coffee was good too,
yeah,
You know,
it's
it's-
great. They switch up the menu every day. They
Yes.
always have a special.
I was told that.
And they use what they have available, so that it forces the guys in the kitchen to be really creative and, come up with different flavor combinations, which I think is one of the most unique things about it. And there's nothing else like it in town, and
Yeah.
it's healthy. You don't feel bad after you eat it. So
I saw oatmeal milk, I think. And I'm
oat
gonna-
milk, yeah.
What? I didn't want to try that.
No.
No. I'm going to take it baby steps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
But now this is like a whole new world for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You're going to convince me.
Yeah, you just dip your toe into a little healthy activity. It's a different way to spend your Saturday night instead of going to the 19th hole or whatever, which is a great time all in and of itself. But we wanted to do something that helps people feel good the next day and gets them exposed to some healthier options around town.
Saturday, October 23rd, 6 to 9 o'clock. Okay, that sounds really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got to try. Well, you know what? I'm working the Pitt Panther game on national television.
Oh, you got excuses.
No, it's not excuse. Oh, you want to pay me about $200 to be there all day? Huh?
You pay me $65 to come.
Yeah, but then I can't work.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. But now, we've bonded, so to speak.
Mhm.
So don't be a stranger here.
Thank you.
Or with the girls on Wednesday, okay?
Awesome, yeah.
Because we're the voice of the community.
Yeah, no, I love being on the show. I've done this with a couple different people, so
Yeah,
that's
okay,
cool.
all right. Have you done any TV?
No, I've never done TV.
Why? Our news partner's Channel 7.
Well, hey, News 7, come get me.
Okay. You want to make a phone call?
Sure.
What am I, your agent now?
Sure.
Gee. No, this would be great, because I always see they're interviewing somebody in the community all the time.
Mhm.
Homeless dogs, homeless kids, homeless men like me. But, you should be on there.
Yeah,
Okay. We got to make a phone call because we all work together.
I appreciate it. That'd be great.
There's got to be a segment there for you. I've learned a lot just in, a half hour.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what television would do for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been featured a couple times, different things, but nothing.
What about the
nothing
newspaper?
big. Yeah, we've been featured a couple articles, and I wrote a press release that went with this, so I sent that out last week, and so I'm not sure where it got posted. WeLunk is always amazing. They always share our stuff and kind of get the word out there. So.
Are you big on social media?
Yep, we do.
See,
a
that
ton
helps
of
too,
social
yeah.
media.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We
Yeah,
didn't, we
we're
didn't
on
have
all
that in
the
the 50s,
platforms.
60s, or 70s, you know that.
Yeah.
In the 70s and 80s when I was working, Pittsburgh or Boston or whatever, we weren't allowed to talk about betting. Now every commercial's betting.
Yeah.
I won't mention the name. We'll say Munch Duel is the official betting whatever for the National Football League. You know why? Because the National Football League gets a piece of the money, It's all about money,
I know.
Yeah, you don't want to sit down and talk about money with athletes who
the
are not
way
happy with $40 million a year. You know what I mean?
True.
Well, me and you would be happy with $500,000 a year.
Yeah. I'd
Lola would be happy with
a lot
$50
less.
a year. That's about
Poor Lola.
Poor?
$50?
That'd buy 4 cases of beer,
A little more than that.
won't it? Why? You
Would
can
not
get.
buy 4 cases of beer.
I have no idea.
Oh, there's beer. I don't know what it's called. It's from PA. Maybe it's Iron City. It's like $9.99 for 12. What do you usually get in a case, Lola? 24? The Bud Lights?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. You drink beer?
Not really.
No?
A little bit here and
Okay,
there.
all right, all right. Want to take a break now, Lola? It's 2:34. Going on 2:35. I can just talk. Let me just talk.
Can you go another 5 minutes and then we'll take a break? And
All
that way
right.
I don't have to do another break after that.
Okay, because I want to go over the oldies calendar with her. I'm going to send her home in about 15 minutes, okay? Is that all right? Or we'll do the oldies calendar together?
Okay.
Oh, is that all right with you?
But yeah.
Okay, we go over birthdays and that. Now, here's the big question. Now, be honest with me. How will yoga help this beaten down old guy?
It will help you breathe deeply.
Would you like to talk into the microphone, please?
It will help
No,
you breathe deeply
I'm breathing deeply now.
so you can stay calm.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do I stay calm working with her from 12 to 3?
You worry about your own self.
Yeah.
And not Lola.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't have to worry
Thank
about her
you.
anymore? Okay. Thank you. I needed a woman to tell me that. But I do worry about her, She's a good lady. I thought I was going to be here a year. I'm going on 11 or 12 years now.
Wow, it's a
We've
long
been
time.
together that long.
It's a long time to be on the show.
Yeah, we're not even married, you know? But we're the odd couple. Just look at us. We're odd. Or maybe I'm odd. Okay, yoga. Like, what's a class? How long is a class?
60 minutes.
Okay. Do I get a break or anything?
We don't take a ton of breaks, but we always give people the option to like take breaks when they want to break.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We definitely try to cater towards like all skill levels, all practices. We do specialize in a certain style of yoga. We're power yoga. It's heated, so we move. It's 90 degrees in the room, and you sweat and you breathe and you stretch, and we have a good time. And it's a great community. It's a lot of awesome people that we have that come in to see us all the time, and we have a really good time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Would you start me at the lower level or what up? And I got to work my
Yeah,
way
you
up?
can go. You can take our foundations classes and learn the poses and the moves and learn how to breathe and.
That's interesting, breathing.
Well, you know, I know that you do it, right? Your body does it for you, and you don't have to think about it. What we do is teach people how to access deeper breath to build body awareness so they can remain calm and out of, you know, heightened anxiety and depressing states and things like that.
I'm all of those, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm no longer depressed. I just don't care anymore, you know?
Well, maybe that's a form of depression.
Yeah, it is? Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah.
I'm trying to do more loving than hate. You know what? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's so easy to say, I hate you. But try saying, I love you. You know, it doesn't work. I don't know
Yes,
what
it
works there.
does.
You think so?
Of course it does.
Now, I have some heart conditions. Is that going to be something that we got to keep track
Well,
of?
it's something that you definitely want to watch, right? Especially if you're going to do heated yoga. If you've
Heated
got
yoga, what is that again?
hot yoga.
Hot yoga?
We heat the room to 90 degrees. Yeah.
So I can sweat.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good for
And
me,
it's
isn't
good
it?
for your muscles. It warms you up and it gives you a little bit more access to the stretching and that kind of thing. And in general, we just like it. We like to be warm and it feels good and it's great to sweat. It's an endorphin release, makes you happier. So you say, I love you more frequently.
Okay. That's all I need. I love you more frequently, Lola. Yeah. I want to try something. So,
Okay.
do I get you as a teacher?
I don't teach the foundations classes, so you certainly take my class, but it's the hardest one on the schedule. So.
Oh, yeah. You think I can't do it?
No, of course you can.
Okay, all right. Move, what's that say?
Move to munch.
Yeah. So after I work out, I should go there and gain some weight by eating good food?
It's good, healthy, clean food.
Yes,
so,
it is.
Yeah, it'll be good for you.
That was a great, you know, it wasn't one of the, I don't want to mention names, it wasn't one of the local corporations, you know, that sells like egg, whatever, you know what I mean?
Right.
That sausage, it was best sausage I ever ate.
Yeah.
You know, I took like 2 bites, I go, wow, this is great. So I don't know how they made it, where they made it, it was good. And the bread was good, the cheese was good, I don't know.
Yeah, go down there and talk to them about their program. They, you can get a membership there to the public market for $35, I think, a year. And I can't remember exactly the details of this, but I think that it gets you anything in the store that they sell that comes from a regional farmer or purveyor. You can purchase it. If you have that membership, you can purchase it at cost. So whatever the public market's cost is to buy that from the farmer.
That's how
you
much a year,
also get that.
$35?
$35.
See what I learned? Yeah, that's it.
It's an unbelievable deal to get an at-cost price on organic, regionally grown produce. And
You
meat.
buy most of your food there?
No, actually, because my mother is like an amazing gardener, so I get everything out of her yard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
She's a gardener, huh?
Oh yeah, big time.
Can she make some Mary Jane for me?
Mary Jane.
You know what that is, right?
Yeah.
Now
She
that's
has-
healthy,
she-
right? You can buy
She
that.
planted some ginseng, but you
Yeah.
know.
Is that good for you?
Ginseng?
Yeah.
Well, it's like a golden crop, right? Like it's pretty valuable. People like hunt it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
I've learned so much from you. What, 40 minutes? That's pretty cool stuff. So you think it would help me?
What, yoga or food?
Yoga.
Yoga.
Well, food too.
Yeah. What do you think? You don't think yoga would help you?
I don't know.
Help you feel better? Help your joints loosen? Help.
My joints are always sore.
Yeah.
Let's ask the boss. Lola, you think
Yes,
yoga would
Bill,
help me?
you would benefit from yoga.
Okay. All right. My muscles are always sore, you know.
Yeah.
I-
So,
I have a hard time getting out of bed sometimes because I have arthritis too.
right.
So yoga's great for arthritis because quite
Okay.
literally physically it separates the joint enough for synovial fluid, right, to
Okay.
move between the joints. So when you start to get arthritis, right, that cushion deteriorates and then you have bone on bone. So when you stretch, you allow some movement there through the joint so the synovial fluid can actually come through and kind of lubricate the joint so that even though it's bone on bone, it's not quite as uncomfortable because you've got some fluid, some movement going on
Okay,
there.
after 1 hour, will I be sore or will I feel great or what?
From our classes, absolutely, you'll be sore.
Ooh, you say that with a smile, like I'm gonna, oh, he's going to suffer and we're going to be happy
No,
about
it's not suffering. It's not suffering at all. And it's work, though, you know? You got to work your body for it to continue to produce for you and be able to support you for a long, healthy life.
Yeah, that's okay. Lola
Yeah.
went, that means take a break. Or she has a stapler there. She's been known to throw it at me. We'll be right back. More of a learning process with my special guest, and that's Laura Hitchman. I like that. Only I want to make the H a P, Pitchman. She's going to pinch me, or pinch man, is going to teach me how to become a healthier 70-year-old. Look at that smile. I'm really trying to try this. I'm going to watch my food, too. All right, and I'm going to spend that $35 a year. All right, we'll be right back.
It's going to be a night game for the Mountaineers and the Horned Frogs in Fort Worth, Texas. Hi, everybody. I'm Tony Caridi. That story coming up on today's Mountaineer Report, brought to us by Kroger, the official grocer of WVU Athletics.
At Kroger, fresh groceries are our thing. So we do freshness checks on the items in your delivery order at every step of their journey from our farms to our stores. And pick and pack every blue, raz, and strawberry in your free pickup order with the utmost care. Because we believe in treating your food the same way we'd want ours to be treated. It's the golden rule, only for like fresh fruit and stuff. Order now using the mobile app. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply. 42 million Americans struggle with hunger, yet 35% of the food in this country is wasted. Those aren't just numbers, they're our neighbors, your daughter's friend from school, the family of 4 next door. The Kroger Company's Zero Hunger, Zero Waste Foundation is committed to making fresh food accessible to all by ensuring it never goes to waste. Together, we can help end hunger. Learn more at zerohungerzerowastefoundation.org.
When the Mountaineer football team resumes action this coming Saturday, they will do so under the lights at TCU. ESPNU will televise the game. It will kick off at 7:30. Our coverage here on the Mountaineer Sports Network this coming Saturday will begin at 4 o'clock. As for TCU, they'll come into the game after a 52-31 loss at Oklahoma on Saturday night. In defeat, quarterback Max Duggan of the Horned Frogs threw the ball well. He completed 20 out of 30 passes for 346 yards and 4 touchdown passes. Other WVU sports activity over the weekend, the 21st rated WVU men's soccer team came from behind, defeated Western Michigan 2-1 back on Saturday. West Virginia scoring goals in the 76th and the 88th minute. Fairmont's Ike Swiger tied the game up at 1 for West Virginia, and then Ryan Crooks scored the game-winning goal in the final minutes. As for the WVU women's soccer team, they were victorious yesterday over Texas Tech, a 2-0 final. Both of the Mountaineer goals coming from senior midfielder Isabella Sibley. West Virginia now will get ready this week as they travel to Austin, Texas for a 2-game road trip in the Lone Star State. The Longhorns currently in first place in the Big 12. And the WVU rifle team extending its season opening win streak to 4 matches. They were victorious yesterday afternoon in Raleigh, North Carolina, taking down number 11 rated NC State. That is today's Mountaineer Report, brought to us by Kroger, the official grocer of WVU Athletics. I'm Tony Caridi on the Mountaineer Sports Network from Learfield.
AutomotiveMap.com presents the Sports Flash, powered by the Score on the Watchdog. I'm John Thayer. Eddie Rosario had 4 hits last night, including the game winner as he knocked in Dansby Swanson at the bottom of the 9th inning, and the Braves beat the Dodgers 5-4. With the win, Atlanta takes a 2-0 series lead in the NLCS. Tonight, it's Game 3 of the ALCS as the Boston Red Sox play host to the Houston Astros. That series is all square at 1 apiece. In the NASCAR Cup playoffs yesterday, Kyle Larson, the winner at Texas Motor Speedway, just ahead of William Byron. Christopher Bell was third, Brent Keselowski and Kevin Harvick rounded out the top 5. Major League Baseball announced yesterday it will require teams to provide housing for minor league players starting in 2022. Download the Score app today, lightning fast sports alerts, so you never miss a thing. I'm John Thayer with the Sports Flash, powered by the Score on the Watchdog.
With just one spray of Microban 24, your hard surfaces are sanitized for up to 24 hours. Touch after touch after touch.
So 6 hours from now?
Still sanitized.
12 hours?
Yep.
18 hours.
We're really doing this.
24 hours.
When used as directed, one spray of Microban keeps killing 99.9% of bacteria touch after touch for, up to 24 hours.
Wow.
Microban 24. The sanitizer 4 out of 5 doctors would use in their own homes. So why aren't you?
Fever is the leading symptom of COVID and the flu, and the only way to reliably detect fever is with an accurate thermometer. Be vigilant and be accurate with the Exergen Temporal Scanner, proven in more than 100 clinical studies. Don't rely on non-contact thermometers. They are proven to be inaccurate and will not reliably detect a fever that might mean COVID. Be sure to seek medical advice at the first sign of fever. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Oh, there's something so real about living local, and I know without a doubt I'm not alone. And I love living local. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. Said I love living local. WTRF is working for me. The Ohio Valley is where I love to be.
Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection. Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim
$3.5 trillion. That's the cost of the reckless spending plan President Biden and the Washington extremists are rushing through Congress. Their socialist plan will bankrupt America and force West Virginia taxpayers to foot the bill for abortions, even painful late-term abortions. Thankfully, Senator Joe Manchin is standing strong, opposing this reckless spending spree and taxpayer-funded abortions. But Senator Manchin is under enormous pressure from Washington liberals to cave to their extreme agenda. Biden and Pelosi are intent on forcing West Virginians to pay for abortion on demand, even up to the moment of birth when babies can feel excruciating pain. West Virginians need to thank Manchin for standing strong. Call Senator Joe Manchin at 202-224-3954. Thank Manchin for opposing Biden and the socialists in Congress. Tell him to stand strong against their plan to bankrupt America and force West Virginians to pay for abortions. Paid for by Susan B. Anthony List.
Hi, it's Howard Monroe coming up tomorrow on the Watchdog Morning Show. The legislature in West Virginia may wrap up their redistricting and vaccine mandate exemptions bill today. We'll take a look at how that turns out tomorrow on the program. Our national correspondent Tom Squitieri and I will talk about the life and legacy of Colin Powell, who passed away from complications of COVID-19. And we'll talk about comfort techniques for cold and cozy wintry nights, plus a new Frozen story that's going to be showing up on Disney+. The Watchdog Morning Show begins at 7 right here.
Step one, you say we need to talk. He walks, you say sit down, it's just a talk. He smiles politely back at you. You stare politely right on through some sort of window to your right. As he goes left and you stay right between the lines of fear and blame. You begin to wonder why you came. Where did I go wrong? I lost a friend somewhere along in the bitterness that I put out, stayed up with you all night.
Well, it is Monday. That means it's 6 o'clock tonight on WVLY. Why should you tune in? It's a Buckeye Roundtable. Tuesday, Mountaineer fans, it's the WVU press conference at 12 o'clock on WKKX and WVLY. Usually I'm on the air at that time, but I get an hour off to relax a little bit, and I think I'm going to go down the street and make a friendship with Chef Ryan Butler. Will he cook for me?
I'm sure he will if you pay him the right price.
Everything has a price, huh?
Well, people's time isn't
Yeah,
free.
I know. Maybe I'll have him make me scrambled eggs and sausage or something.
For dinner?
No, I'm coming down early.
Oh, in the morning.
Yeah, in the morning.
I don't know what time they open, but better check their hours. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. But I want to say 9.
Well, if it's like even 10 or 11, I
Yeah,
got an hour.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll get
Yeah.
something real nice. Okay. I was impressed with everything there.
Good.
Only I couldn't find any chocolate milk.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know if they made organic chocolate milk. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. Organic egg. What's the difference between an organic egg or whatever and a regular egg? Do you know?
It has a lot to do with how the chickens are raised, what they eat, and, what kinds of hormones or things that,
We don't
are
know what-
injected into their
Yeah,
bodies.
yeah,
Yeah.
Let me finish the schedule and we'll continue with yoga. Neil Brown Coaches Show on Thursday, 6 to 8 on WKKX and WVLY. I think I forgot Wednesday. Cleveland Browns preview show. Why? Because the Cleveland Browns are playing a Thursday night game, and they're banged up. They got more injuries, more problems. They're at home, but they have a few days to prepare for the Pittsburgh Steeler invasion, which will be cool. A lot of Steeler Nation area people here. Also, the Cleveland Brown fans, all frustrated because every year it seems like they're going to be real good, and then they go. But this year they got excuses, injuries. Friday, it's the Friday afternoon walkthrough from 3 to 5. After I get done with the football show, which includes a lot of area coaches, we have a lot of experts here to talk about the games that I talked about earlier, and the coaches and the players who participate. That's 3 to 5 on Friday from WKKX and WVLY. Our 2 high school games, Beaver Local at Wheeling Central, 7 o'clock on WKKX. Morgantown at John Marshall at 7 o'clock, WVLY. Then the 5th quarter scoreboard at 9:30. Everything you may have missed, you can grab all the scores and who won, who lost, and what's coming up. That's at 9:30, followed by the Metro News High School game night at 10 o'clock. I think somebody was talking about it when I did the Stones concert. Mick Jagger, for a number of years, did yoga. Maybe that's why he's got so much energy.
Maybe. I
Yeah.
wouldn't doubt it.
When I see the old guy on the stage, dancing and prancing, hopping and jumping,
Yeah.
I'm there. He's got to be on something. Maybe it was all the yoga lessons he took.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely gives you energy and keeps you moving. So.
Since you started, you feel better? And
Oh my God, immensely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been practicing for over 10 years, so like 4 or 5 times a week. So.
And you watch what you eat?
For the most part, but I like, unhealthy things too. So it's a balance. It's a flow, I should say, between things, right? Having a good time and enjoying yourself and indulging.
You do a lot of your own cooking?
I do, yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite dish?
Oh my gosh, I like to make everything in a bowl. I like rice and beans and vegetables and spice, and so I put everything in a bowl.
Okay. All right. That sounds
Eggs.
interesting. All right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Mhm.
That's good. Wow. Now, did I forget anything? I think I've asked you
No.
a whole lot of questions.
No, we've covered Move to Munch, which is this Saturday, and yoga in general. I think we've
Have I
kinda captured
have I
all
done
of
a
that.
good job Q&A with you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you impressed?
Am I impressed? Yeah,
Well, hey, can you leave a couple of bucks?
a couple bucks.
Well, I got to work for this. No, I'm only kidding. All right, this is October 23rd, 6 p.m. You have to make reservations?
Yeah, actually, ticket sales close tomorrow at 3 o'clock because we have to put in our food order. So if you are interested in coming, definitely make sure you get online on our website, ovpoweryoga.com/studio events. And click on Move to Munch, and it will redirect you to the ticketing page where you can purchase your tickets.
I guess I need to sweat harder. Maybe that'll be sweetness for my body. Breathe longer. What's that mean?
Breathe
Because sometimes I
longer.
get like short. If I do about 10,000 steps a day.
Mhm.
Yesterday at Heinz Field, I did 16,000 because I do a lot of walking. Okay.
Mhm.
So, but I was tired. After about
Mhm.
6 hours. So, what's this breathe longer mean?
Well, first, I mean, most of us breathe really shallow, right? We're not taught to breathe deep. What we do in yoga is we work on a specific type of breath called Ujjayi breath, which is just a victorious breath. And the goal is to make each inhale and exhale longer over time, like through practice, right? Because it actually calms your central nervous system to breathe in that fashion. So then your nervous system is within your control when everything else in the world is not. And so you can start to learn to control your reaction to things
And I'll laugh louder?
Laugh louder. That's right. I told you, we have a good time.
Yeah, now,
Yeah.
stupid question, you ready?
Yeah.
I allow myself 1 per hour. I don't think I used any for the first 2 hours. Stupid question. Do I have to call any of my physicians about doing this?
If you have health concerns, yeah, absolutely. You should totally check in.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. I'll call.
I would. You know, we're definitely not medical professionals. We're yoga instructors, and we love teaching people how to take care of their bodies. But, you know, if you do have major health concerns, that's definitely something you want to run past your doctors before you start attending or developing a yoga practice or any type of physical activity.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll remember that. Matter of fact, I have a doctor's appointment Friday.
There you go.
Is it the heart specialist? The kidney specialist? I don't know. My family doctor, I think. Dr. Hart. Yeah, what a name, huh? Yeah, okay. But, yeah, the doctors know me real well, you know, and they made a druggie out of me. I take so many pills.
Well, there's a reason to start doing yoga
Yeah.
right there, so you can get off some of the pills.
Now,
and
do I have to do this every day, or what do you recommend?
however often you want to do it, whatever you're comfortable with doing.
Okay, if I do a couple of days or weeks with you, can I do what I do with you at home?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
You ought to put a video out.
Oh, we have a streaming channel.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
We do.
You want to tell the people how they can get on it?
Yep, they can just go to our website and click streaming, and it will redirect them everywhere they need to go. So everything's accessible through our website, our schedule, our class descriptions, our streaming channel, our events. Everything is very accessible through the website as well as social media. We're OV Power Yoga on Instagram and OVPY on Facebook. So we are out there.
So all you seniors, I hope you're listening. She can help you. She's going to help me, and you know me. I'm a knucklehead, so whatever. What's good for the brains? I think I'm losing my brains. I know what I did 20 years ago.
Breathing, oxygen.
How come I know what I did 30 years ago, but I don't know what I did a week ago?
A short-term memory loss.
A who?
Short-term memory loss.
Does that come with old age?
I think so.
Okay, well,
Can.
how can I benefit from you with that?
Breath.
Breath?
Breath, absolutely. It's so underrated, but we don't breathe. We don't give ourselves proper access to oxygen and to relax our nervous system. So much of our health issues can be resolved by just deeply breathing and closing our eyes for a few minutes a day.
Okay.
Okay.
You got a new client. We'll get together soon.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Bill.
And I'm going to go see the chef tomorrow.
There you go.
I'll make some spaghetti and meatballs. No? What was that thing we got right here at the front? What was that called?
Move to munch? Oh,
No.
the dish. It's an Asian noodle salad with kimchi.
All right. So I know what the answer is. Like the song says, can we be friends?
Absolutely.
All right. All right, I'm out of here. I'll be here tomorrow from 1 to 3. Because at 12 o'clock we have the Buckeye Roundtable, okay? My suggestion to you, just keep it on the Watchdog.
I've seen you around for a long, long time. Yeah. I remembered you when you drank my wine. Why can't we be friends? 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 I see you walking down in Chinatown.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
From ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. The Biden administration asking the Supreme Court today to suspend the restrictive abortion law in Texas.
In its emergency request to the U.S. Supreme Court, the Justice Department said the Texas abortion law, known as SB 8, is